anything.
It's
Oh,
live
yeah,
now.
yeah, it's finally live now. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Stevie, some guy, whatever the hell you want to call me here. Today we've got Queenie, Rox, Atticus, and Justin in here, and we're going to be talking about a whole bunch of different shit. Right now, we were talking about, I didn't even know what the hell we were talking about, but
We're talking about Filthy Frank.
Filthy Frank. Filthy Frank and his Frankfurter.
The reason
No, I
I'm
think
bringing
that was-
this the reason I'm
No, I
bringing
think it
this
was-
issue.
I think it was me telling Atticus to check his privilege about going to see Slayer and not inviting me.
Yes. That's the thing.
No. I can't believe the last week's live stream got completely muted. It's still muted completely.
No.
I'm sorry, my little brother was getting a bit nosy, and like my folks are like, keep it down over here. So I'm gonna try and be as as quiet as possible.
No, what I mean by that is like my last live stream, because I was kind of stupid. I played like copyrighted music during it.
Oh my
I don't give a shit.
Dude,
Yeah.
it was the same thing with my Slipknot live stream hangouts, and where basically they're like, you're using copyrighted material. I'm gonna take that video off your ass.
Well, they got muted the entire stream, and then the crazy thing was they gave me the option to like remove the songs, and then it did that, and then it still muted all the audio, and I'm like, what purpose did that serve?
Yeah.
It's it's stupid. Like, YouTube does not give two shits about us at all.
Well, no,
YouTube.
well, it's just. It's that they get too Nazi-like about the whole DMCA thing and the whole copyright issue, is my opinion. They give too much of a shit about it. They could find a way to compensate the record companies for the music, I think, but they just, whatever. Well, I'm not going to play any music during this one.
Yeah.
So
It was the same thing when I put up my Charlie Hebdo video. They got my
that
ass.
one got fucked over too?
Yeah, when I first uploaded it, they were saying, "Oh, you're using."
Hey, bro, can you take me to the TVC?
In a minute.
Alright.
Oh my gosh. Well, why don't you let Dad take you to the TVC?
You said you had to take me.
Oh my God, really? I'm in the middle of the. Jesus Christ.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
Alright. Calm down. It's alright. Don't worry.
I know. Oh, God damn it.
Tell him you're talking to some big booty bitches and he'll leave you alone.
Queenie, that's your line.
That's my little brother.
I know little brothers can be, man. I got like.
Hang on a second, guys. I will be right back. Talk amongst yourselves.
All right.
You have 5 little brothers?
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Actually, yeah. My father got divorced. Had 2 others with another woman, then divorced her.
I gotta go too because I have to take his ass to TPC or whatever.
Okay, don't worry.
God.
Take your time.
I'm gonna keep this on, but I will be right back.
Oh, alright. Take your time, boo.
Okay, Atticus.
To you.
But yeah, Queenie, that was your line right there because he said, "God damn it," and then.
Oh, god damn it, Justin. Why
There
did you
we go.
remind me?
Oh, God.
There we go.
Oh! Where did Justin go? I just said god damn it and he just disappears. What happened?
Could be some type of computer problem. I don't know.
What the hell is going on? So, tell me, you're 5 brothers.
Yeah, I'm the oldest out of 5 brothers. 3 from my mother and like 2 others from my dad's ex-wife. And I lived with my mom, and they just kept running into my room asking me questions. And I'm a huge Dead Space fan. I'm a huge video game fan as it is. And they just come into my room and be like, "What are you playing?" And I'm like, "Don't watch this. Get out. Go shoot."
Don't look at the screen.
Don't look at the screen. Don't look at the giant spiky alien zombie thing. That's scary. Go.
So apparently one of my neighbor's apartments is getting water leaking into it, and now I have a guy looking at my plumbing.
Wow.
So if I get up and go, that's where I'm going to talk
But
to
I
the
love
guy.
them neighbors, am I right?
Well, hopefully it's not from here, because apparently it's really shitty. So, has anybody seen this tweet that Seth Rogen sent about this American...
Hello?
Oh, everybody got like way upset about it. He said he basically was equating the movie. If anybody's seen Inglourious Bastards, he was equating the movie The American Sniper to this one part where they're showing like a propaganda film within a film, and everybody took it like way out of context and got like so butthurt about it.
Yeah, I heard it. I'm looking up right now to see the tweets.
I mean,
yeah.
Because especially how Inglourious Basterds is a little bit differently from how like history itself is. It's kind of seemed to be, but it's a little bit altered.
Too.
Yeah.
Well, all he said was that it just reminded him of that, and then everybody said he was talking shit about the military, which he was not doing.
Yeah.
Which I thought,
between talking shit and just saying this movie reminds me of another movie.
Okay, I went on a fan page earlier this week, and this guy, he made this like long, huge diatribical post about it and stuff, and it was like long, just equally insane of a comment back. But I think people get upset about these kind of things. It's so hateful. They say our country, get the fuck out, and it's like, wow, you are just jumping on a bandwagon to say that because you didn't even bother to understand what this dude was trying to get across in the first place. You took it out of context, and now you're saying he needs to be deported? Get the fuck on! It's fucking Twitter. It's fucking,
It's people just take a lot of things out of proportions, and they see one thing, they're like, oh no, someone said something, quick, everyone jump at them.
Well, it's the media, mainly.
Well, this is literally what he... Yeah, this is literally what he said. American Sniper kind of reminds me of the movie that's showing in the third act of Inglourious Bastards. That's it. That's all he said. I wish I could be Seth Rogen for a day where I could say something like that and, I don't know, end up in the news.
That would be interesting. And people like say a lot.
I wish I could be so.
Sorry.
I wish I could be so cool as to wear a T-shirt with like scantily clad women on it and TV and end up in the news. Like that one guy.
It's alright, that's loud.
Did I just hear an R2D2?
Yeah, that was me.
I just heard an R2D2.
That was me.
You have an Astro droid in your room or something?
It's
astromech droid.
Yeah, it's my notifications. I did not mean for that to be loud. That was just unexpected.
That's cool.
Don't worry.
I love how nervous Justin gets about stuff.
Yeah.
I do get nervous about stuff.
It's awesome. It's adorable in a way.
Oh, boy.
I was nervous about this too because this is the first time I've ever done something like this. I mean, I haven't even made any YouTube videos that I'm just like, what if I screw this up? And I've had my friends like, you're gonna be fine. You can do this.
Oh, don't worry. I only got an audience of like 17,000 people. Oops, I probably shouldn't have said that.
Oh man.
No.
It's okay. We'll get nervous at first, but eventually, you get over it, and it's so fun and stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That really helps me out. Thank you.
By the way, Queenie Monkey says hi. She's like right next to the computer.
Aww. Hi.
Wait, you have a pet monkey?
Monkey?
It's my cat.
Yeah, it's my cat's name.
Oh, that's clever.
It's like my dog's name is Pony. So, it makes sense for me and Justin, I guess.
Alright, I gotta be right back again, guys, so talk amongst yourselves again, and then we can finally get this show started.
It's okay.
I'm super psyched though, even though I hate it out here in Vegas, because I used to some of you may not know this. Well, I guess Atticus already left, but as for some, I live in the same city currently that Stevie used to live in. But the positive side of what's going on come May is that Metallica is going to be here at the Rio, and I'm so super psyched because that's like just down the street, literally. Like just down the street for like where I live. So I'm trying to see if I can save up some money for some backstage passes because I remember the last time seeing them. I was about 15 years old in Texas, and I got to see. I was in the back part of the row, kind of. But I think this would be
magical, Justin.
Well, yeah. Like I never seen Metallica before.
Oh man, that's funny.
I have never been to a concert in my life. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow. Well, how old are you?
I am 20.
Wow. Well,
Um,
you're not that young, like, but you're not old at all. So, I mean, it's okay. You still have a lot of time in your life to go to concerts.
Oh yeah, I'm just waiting for Lordy to show up in like Florida or something, because when they ever come to Florida, I will get the tickets for that.
So apparently my neighbor's fucking toilet blew, and this dude basically the reason the guy came in is our neighbor's toilet blew, and now there's shit leaking into my fucking downstairs neighbor's apartment.
Dude.
I had to go out there and ask. I'm like, so what happened? And he's like, do you really want to know? And I'm like, well, now that you say it, yeah, I kind of do.
Well, I guess it's a really shitty day now.
Oh fuck.
So that's why I had to go back and forth because we had a maintenance dude knock on the door and show up. So
Yeah.
You could say he's up shit creek.
He's no, he's down it because he lives downstairs.
Oh.
And there's one more person that lives above. Like, there's another level above my apartment. So, so that means if it's up there, then oh no, then it'll probably come my way too. I don't want to think about this. Anyway.
Moving on.
Moving on, one thing I did want to talk about is this whole Gamergate situation, and I know Queenie is way into this, and I've got into it a little bit myself now, too. I even tried to make a truce with Mundane Matt over it, but he didn't even respond to it, and I don't even care at this point. I mean, he just kind of seems like he was following it, in my opinion, because it was a popular topic, and he just decided to bail out because he just doesn't give a shit anymore. But I've been following this because it's one of the most insane things that I've seen over months and months and months unfold. And if you want to go into a little bit more and explain it for people out there, Queenie, that don't know about it, go right ahead.
Well, it actually started like way before the idea of the hashtag Gamergate started. But one of the things that really blew it out of proportion is that actually one of Mundane Matt's videos got DMCA'd by one of the people who are now like super anti-Gamergate and whatnot, which is Zoe Quinn. And
oh, really?
Yeah, and that's what started the whole drama when people is like, okay, dude, like, we get it, like, you don't like the criticism, that doesn't mean you have to censor it. That is not okay, that is a false DMCA, the video was completely unfair use, you have no right to do so. Eventually the video had to be re-uploaded itself because it wasn't able to, get back by itself. And just, Adam Baldwin was actually the one to start calling it Gamergate, and everybody started being like, oh yeah, hashtag Gamergate. It's just basically this exposure of what goes on in these gaming media and the indie scene of gaming, where we see a lot of the award shows, or well, not award shows, but like contests and things that indie devs do. They are really rigged. They are already prepared. They already know who they're gonna win. They already, have in mind that friend that they want to push forward and give all the money to and whatnot. And the fact that the media was covering this stuff because they were also getting a gain from that, and all these really, it was so complicated. If somebody wants to, there's a few videos that I would recommend for anybody who wants to start with knowing about Gamergate. And as much as I would like to recommend my videos, I think these are way better for you to watch. One of them is like Gamergate in 60 seconds or less by Leo Pirate. And the other one is Gamergate around Short Fat Otaku. That's the username. And they talk a little bit. I think that the videos had to go down for legal issues, but somebody re-uploaded them, so don't worry about it. They're probably somewhere on YouTube. But
somebody mirrored them.
Yeah, somebody mirrored them. And those are like the Leo Pirate video is really quick and it gives you a general perspective, but the short Fat Otaku ones are really, really detailed and really, really interesting of the corruption going on, especially in the contests where these indie game developers put a lot of effort into their game, get pay to enter this contest just to lose them because a friend of a friend is friend of this person, and they want.
It's kind of like professional wrestling.
Yeah.
It's kind of like professional wrestling, where like well, it is, because it's like everything is rigged from the start, and that's what got my interest in it, because I read more and more about it, and I'm like, so what? Every single person in the entire indie game development community just rigs everything, and it's just like, it's so bullshit to me. It's like, if you want to say that something is legitimately a good game, you know, how can you really gauge that anymore when it was just, even if it's terrible, they're going to say, no, it's, you know, we'll if you pay me $400, I'll give you a good review. There was one thing I saw when this thing first started where somebody found like this press kit that this review company was going to do. Will say, yeah, if you pay us like $2,600, we'll give you a favorable review. I'm like, fuck, man, I wish I could do that with my music. I mean, it's that easy.
It was really interesting because when Gamergate started being so explosive, the reason was mainly because censorship. We weren't allowed to talk about these issues that we started finding out. And you know, yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, you know, like, whenever you try to censor something online, it just comes back tenfold, you know. It's crazy. Everybody talks about it, and nobody shuts up. And here we are, you know. I feel like, oh man, I mean, there's so much corruption. The list of the gaming journalists, the fact that there was collusion, so they continuously attacked Gamergate. They put the same articles, each website on the same day, talking about how horrible Gamergate is, changing the narrative and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember on 4chan when anybody would bring like a thread to like the political board or any other board that's at all, you would get like instantaneously banned just for talking about it, and that's where 8chan came about, because people like went there to talk about it because the guy who runs that is like, well, I have no reason to ban people just for wanting to discuss an issue. And to me, the thing blew out of proportion because of the repression of this, especially considering like where Anita Sarkeesian was coming up with this idea that she was getting death threats and shit and wanted people to believe it. And I'm like, well, how do you know she didn't just pull this out of her ass and say, see, these people who want to talk about how I'm completely biased and everybody else is completely biased and we're all in on this big thing together, you know, they're evil people because they want to discuss this, and now they're sending me death threats. And that's the direction that it's going for the anti-Gamergate people now that I see. And I think it's absolutely stupid that they got to resort to like literally trolling and shit and childish behavior like this to try to act like a victim. And now it's gotten this girl on ABC News bitching about it.
Oh,
yeah.
Fuck.
One more for that.
About that. Alpha Omega Sin made a video about that, and I just see that, and it's like ABC and Anita Sarkeesian are just like teaming up to make gamers just look bad because she said she gets death threats. I mean, she could get some real death threats, but I think she just blows it out of proportion. I saw one post from Guru Larry saying the police, quote unquote, she had protecting her weren't actual police, but actors.
No, they weren't actors. The thing is, they were
from
like
the village people.
Campus security guards. They were like campus security guards. Like, they were just, you know, the type of people that you hire and whatnot.
They were
Like,
rent-a-cops, basically.
yeah, they weren't real people. They were just like type of like security that you can rent for a day or whatever. I don't know.
So yeah, they were literally a rent-a-cop then.
Yeah, it was really strange. I don't know, man. Like, the thing with her is the fact that since the start, since her Kickstarter, the reason why it was so successful was because she played the victim role. She went to TED Talk and said, Look, guys, look at the horrendous messages that I get. As a woman that games and that plays multiplayer games and that has been exposed to not only the gaming community, but let's be honest, the YouTube community can be rough as well. I think about it in my own experience, right? There has been some shitty people online to me, but then I think about my male friends, and they had worst experiences than me, like worst, and nobody talks about it. In a way, it makes me feel bad because there's a bias of if I get attacked one way or another, I am gonna get somebody that defends me. Call them friends, call them fans, call them audience, call them subscribers or white knights, whatever. But I will get people behind me. When it comes to male receiving harassment, they're like, oh, just man up. Just fucking ignore it, dude. Like, you're a faggot if you don't do that. And, like, that is, like, a problem. Because it's almost like I see that as a gender issue for men more than women, but nobody talks about that side. Nobody cares for men having to experience these things as well. I think that harassment online is an issue. There's people receiving these threats, and maybe they're not valid, maybe they are, but I think that if you have the balls to send to somebody something like that, you might as well fucking get investigated, Like, just consequences. And it shouldn't be a gender issue. It should be a matter of, it happens to everybody, let's have conversations, instead of changing the narrative and being like, no, poor little me, just see me being a victim and donate to my Patreon,
Yeah.
That doesn't help anything. Rant over.
I saw one thing about Nina that she's...
No, for me it's like, I'm getting death threats, please give me money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
If I throw my money at whatever I can to get on ABC, people will stop giving me death threats. And for me, it's just like, at what point are people just going to go and say, she's just using her vulnerability to get more attention, That's what I see. I think, to me, the whole thing is a big PR campaign. And okay, you can talk. I'll stop interrupting you now.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
No, okay. I think it was your turn. Go ahead. I'll talk right after you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because I thought he had something to say right there, just on the sound. Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. As I said about Nina Sarkeesian, I remember seeing one thing that she's going to be, quote-unquote, helping making Mirror's Edge 2, and she wants to make a different system for women. And it's like, wait, what? Why? It's like,
please don't. Please.
It's like,
I want to have the game be fun when I play it.
You want games to be fun. It's like someone, my friends have me addicted now to Mother 3, and I'm sure they're going to be happy that I mentioned that. It's like if she played that, she would be like, this is too hard, wah. And that game is fun, but yet sad as hell. You cannot change a game system just for a group of people because you think it's hard. Games are going to be hard for everybody, no matter what gender. Games have, easy, regular, hard, extra hard, Metal Gear Rising, whatever. It has that. You can't really just give it a other system for the other gender. It doesn't really work like that.
You know what Anita should be able to play? She should be able to play Cooking while I get back in the kitchen.
Somebody call the matriarchy. We got a misogyny over here. Hashtag trigger warning.
Okay, this is what's got me thinking.
And play my Wii.
And so it's got me thinking of all these other games that I've played before too, and from Feminist Frequency or Anita Sarkeesian, however, whatever the way you want to say it, but any game that I specifically play usually has the contents of, even reverse role can be a little bit sexualized, as opposed to women. Men can be sexualized in the games. As an example, I play one of those MMO games, Star Wars, for example. You could do practically the same thing to a guy that you can with a girl, with customizations, as an example as such. So with something like that, when someone starts flipping out, like feminist frequency starts flipping out because it's, you know, it's misogynist or it's very demeaning to a female part. I mean, the same thing can be applied to a man, but you don't really kind of see both sides flipping out on that sort of thing. So anything, yeah, and it's like one little mistake that's made, especially by men, it's automatically demeaning or very sexualized to her, and that's, I guess that's the sort of thing that's just getting me to put my head into the two palms of my face, because I really cannot stand how even the slightest bit of that sort of thing could really set a person like this off. But even, like I said, it could be just coming out of her ass, as we kind of already...
I think what people sometimes need to understand is that this is really not a matter of sexism. They're not going against misogyny or sexism or anything like that. Because if you see Bayonetta, for example, really beautiful looking character, they go against Bayonetta for, you know, being sexy and beautiful. But here's the thing. Bayonetta, the character design was made by a woman.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to tell a woman how to design a woman? I don't think so. It's not a matter of sexism. It's a matter of censorship. Games are diverse. There's a lot of diversity in gaming. If you want to play games that make you think and perspective of everything, there's games for that. If you want a game to just shoot people randomly, there's games for that. There's games like puzzles and strategy, and cute games and dark games, violent games, non-violent games. So many diversity in gaming. It's not about diversity, it's about censorship. The things that they don't want to see, and they don't want anybody to play it. And that is the problem we all have.
By the way, I'm back.
Hey, Atticus.
Atticus.
I know, I'm back. I mean, god damn it. I apologize for the long delay because my little brother likes talking.
Hey, it's fine. At least you didn't have to deal with what I had to deal with just a minute ago. My neighbor's apartment is leaking somebody's like sewage into their apartment. And we got a maintenance guy.
No.
We had a maintenance guy come in here thinking it was mine, and I'm like, no, it's not my apartment doing that. Thank Christ. I think I know, but we're talking about the gamer. We're talking about like the Gamergate thing and Anita Sarkeesian right now. And what I was about to say was like, I really do think it's all horseshit that she.
I love when I put in my. I made 2 videos on Anita Sarkeesian. My second one was my all-time favorite video on this bitch, where I basically did like the Utah State University thing, and I added like a track from The Dark Knight Rises when I was reading it in a dramatic fashion. This is a warning to all staff and students at Utah State University. You have 24 hours. Use them well.
That's how I read a lot of her stuff. And isn't it true that like she doesn't write half of the shit on Feminist Frequency? It's her boyfriend.
It's her.
That's Jonathan McIntosh. And the thing is, it's really obvious that it's
oh my god.
Only because he is the person that it's really against violence. Like, I've talked about it like 1,000 times with different people. Anita Sarkeesian is the face of Feminist Frequency, but the mastermind behind it is definitely Jonathan McIntosh. You know,
oh
like,
my god.
So he's just basically this hyper pussy-whipped ballless loser that just comes up with this crap because he knew it was edgy enough to get him attention. Is that what it is?
A little off topic, but Stoutmeister sent me this part that he's using for his Hiatus Blood on the Dance Floor clip, and it's just like the most funniest shit ever.
Isn't that one he posted on Facebook with Dobby Vendy with the pedo beard and just like...
No, it's like that, but he did a little bit of mix-up. Every time when Dobby like threw down the thing, it jumps in a clip where he's licking the little girl's face.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
I hate Dobby Vanity.
Do you know what?
I hate that guy like so much. If I ever did a show with Dobby Vanity, like if I ever, you know, not like I ever would, but like if I had the chance,
why the fuck would you have a show with Dobby Vanity?
Well, here's the thing. Like if I could, I would let them fucking open for my band just so I could bring them up on stage and then kick the shit out of them in front of the entire crowd and then just become famous. I would.
Here's the thing. What's really sad is that not only my town is known for Limp Bizkit, but they're also known for Javon Monroe.
Yeah, well, for the second one, I sort of like Limp Bizkit, but that's just because I'm a total fag.
Stevie, even though you like Limp Bizkit, you're still cool in my book, so don't worry. I mean, I fucking hate Limp Bizkit, but you're cool in my book.
Atticus, you might like for that what you just said though, you know you have the face guitar, face sword.
Oh yes! Oh my.
Bitch, please! I done the face house.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So I automatically win.
Bringing it back to what I was talking about. I think this chick is like so full of shit because the whole thing for Gamergate for me, it just sounds like a giant PR campaign because everybody is generating so much money from this. I'm like, who's to say that they, you know, even there are people, well, I'm not going to name names because when you advise me not to, but there are people that are supposedly in favor of it that are apparently not. They're just doing it for attention. This whole thing just sounds like a giant PR campaign, and I said that from the start. You know, they're biasing both sides of the argument and seeding arguments and gaslighting people just so they can bring attention to themselves because the way I see it is it doesn't matter if you're in favor of it or you're against it. For them, it's like if you're just talking about it in general, that's enough. You know, they're like, there you go, you know.
And the interesting part of it is really like anti-Gamergate. Like a lot of people sometimes come to me and tell me, oh my god, you're just in Gamergate for the money. I'm like, oh yeah, man. I'm rolling in that cash, all that bubble gum that I can buy on 7-Eleven. You have no idea.
Dime per view that I get.
I could say the same thing about Metalgate as well. Recently, you're familiar with what happened when Phil Labonte from All That Remains made like a homophobic thing, and Rob Flynn all of a sudden goes down on Phil Labonte's ass. Now, there's some things that I mean, it was Phil Labonte's opinion, but the thing is, I'm more of a Machine Head fan than I am an All That Remains fan, just because like they really downgraded, in a sense. They still put out good music, but I prefer Machine Head better. And
Rob Flynn's kind of got his head up his ass a few times too. I mean, he just kind of goes off on people at random, and he's like, "What are you gonna do about it? You know, I'm fucking Rob Flynn."
Yeah, I mean, I was backstage with Machine Head, Suicide Silence, and All Shall Perish, and I got to see like Rob Flynn with his wife and kids. It was pretty fucking awesome. Yeah.
I like you, Atticus, but at the same time, I hate you because you got to do that. That's awesome.
I met Mitch Lucker, but he was kind of a dick.
Oh.
I was like one of those kids that was like, oh my god, Mitch Lucker, you're my hero! And he's like, yeah, cool, whatever.
He's kind of stiff nowadays.
Yeah, well, he's technically dead, though.
Yeah.
He's still a good vocalist, but I'm friends with their Suicide Silence's new vocalist, Eddie. Dude, he was All Shall Perish's former vocalist. We're bros. We're fucking bros. Like, when we left for the main stage, he's like, dude, get over here. You're awesome. And we just, like, bro-hugged. It was awesome.
What are the feeling in the back of your head you were squealing?
Squeak.
That and Alice Cooper.
Metal squeak.
Oh, you actually met Alice Cooper? That is like,
wow.
Yes. I was like closest bowing down, be like, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy.
Oh, there's some out of VIP tickets.
I look a bit like Garth, so I'm thinking of cosplaying as Garth from Wayne's World. But
all you'd have to do is straighten your hair out a little bit, yeah.
Straighten my hair and wear like get more glasses and make that Garth face. Stuff, but yeah, we're not like mental or anything.
Atticus, did you hear about what the dude? I forget what band he was in, but a guy named Tim Lambesis.
Oh, Tim Lambesis, absolutely dying.
Yeah, this guy, he wanted to put a hit out on his wife and went to prison for it.
Dude, I know about the whole Tim Lambesis thing.
Christian band.
Yeah, but they're now Woven War now. I have their debut release. It's like, yeah, we'll have like 3 guitar players, and the new frontman is the 3rd guitar player. It's like, Okay, that's a little bit weird. But then
You're
again,
like a fucking encyclopedia of everything metal.
that's why I'm not just a death metal, of course. Me and Infidel Amsterdam.
Yeah, I know that guy, the big bearded dude, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the reason why I wanted to make my channel, and like it was the reason why I wanted to start my channel because I wanted to make metal type related news, and that's how I got inspired. Then it was the Amazing Atheist, and then Mr. Repsion. I know Mr. Repsion, and of course you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, no problem. Did you like the little tribute I made on my first 2015 video?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I'm starting on my YouTube channel soon, and I told Stevie on Tiny Chat the other night, he inspired me to start it up. And
yeah, I had to put in that Blended Dance Board clip where you were laughing, because that's like one of my favorite moments, where you're just like losing your shit.
I can't. When it comes to those guys, I can't even. Like, every time I hear their music, I'm like, one, this is the worst music ever, but at the same time, I'm like, does these guys realize how awful they look and sound?
Yeah.
I mean, did you see the video that guy put up? I put like a little thing on my Toxic for the Masses band page on Facebook, about his fucking video. But I watched like the whole thing he did, where he's sitting there. I'm gonna address the accusations. He can't even say accusations. He's like acquisitions. I'm like, what is an what's an accusation? What did you acquire something? Because it probably was herpes.
God. That video that Stoutmeister sent me was so fucking hilarious. I mean, oh my god, I wish I could just send it to you all. I'm just dying right now.
I'll check it out after the stream. But yeah, I watched his video where he's addressing all this. I watched this video where he's addressing all this, and I've actually done a response to it. It'll just take forever to render on my slow-ass computer. I think at one point in it, I fucking called him like a cross between like Peter Criss and Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons' taint because of his makeup.
I just call him like an emo raccoon or emo Sonic the Hedgehog.
That's what most people call him.
Oh my god.
Like,
I don't get it. Like, you're gonna sit there and claim your innocence and shit, and you're gonna like go all the way to put your hair up and put your makeup on, and I'm just like.
And not to mention that you are a flaming hypocritical douchebag and a narcissist, and like this stuff is just so staggering, and all of like his fans are just like, "You're lying. What you're saying is always like Tommy Fanny's such a nice guy and stuff." Like that's what people thought about Ian Watkins.
Yeah, then he started to have sex with quite literally babies. And when they caught him, too, his fucking laptop, Ian Watkins, when they caught him, his laptop password was I fuck kids. I'm like, well, there's no illusions here.
If that guy ever came across like my cousin's daughters, I would take this keychain right here and just stab him right in the eye. In the forehead. I would just stab him multiple times in the forehead.
Yeah, he kind of deserves that shit.
Oh my gosh.
I always go like to their music videos every now and then to see if they'll ever turn the comments back on, because I want to know what the comments were like after that news came out. Oh my god.
I mean, yeah, like Lost Prophets had some pretty good songs, I'm not gonna lie, but then like Ian Watkins did that shit, and it's just like...
And now you can't listen to them the same way anymore.
You can't. It's like, I have no regrets. Yes, you fucking do.
Yeah, you do. You shouldn't have fucked that Tickle Me Elmo.
There was a story right after I heard about Ian Watkins. It was in my old town. I was still living there at the time. A teacher I knew was actually arrested, and now he's serving 88 years in prison for having sex with two 15-year-old little girls, and people were just defending him, going, "It's not his fault. She gave consent." And I'm just like, nah. These are the people I went to school with.
Hold on.
You know, they did that shit with Jerry Sandusky, too, that guy from Penn State and shit, where, like, there's still people that say he's innocent. I'm like, dude, the guy got caught fucking little boys in the shower room.
I had to face House from hearing that. Hold on.
Welcome to the future.
Does that hurt?
No, I have a hard head.
Sounds like me.
Hard.
He's such a hard.
But yeah, when this
I am good.
What's fucked up is when Justin.
I didn't think for me.
No, what's fucked up is when he and I start doing the fucking Herbert voice. It's just like,
Oh, yes.
Oh no!
Oh, son of a bitch.
this guy doesn't have any rights anymore, so I can say his name. Look up Dwayne Adams, Ocala, Florida. His mugshot, he looks like Herbert the Pervert.
Dude,
Oh my gosh.
since we're talking about impersonations, I know Jason's heard this impersonation. Have you ever heard of my Gald impersonation?
I've heard of it.
No, I know I've not heard that one.
Here he goes.
Moss is my friend. You don't have any friends. Nobody likes you. Let me smoke it. Let me smoke it.
Instead about my meatloaf.
What's it
Sound like
doing?
meatloaf.
Stupid frat hobbit. It ruins it.
I've been
You should
working
call
on
up,
this.
like, you know what you should do? You should call up sex hotlines and stuff and use that voice. But use, like, your own, and then when they really get into it, you know?
We used to do that back in Troll Posse days.
You did?
Yeah, we did.
Hello
We didn't
there.
talk
Would you
about
like to
that.
be my master? Yes, precious. Slip it into my precious hole. Adam! Adam!
Oh,
yeah.
fuck.
I'll have to BRB. I gotta go get my KY.
Okay.
That is like the.
I like how Justin was just like, okay, I'm just like, I'm gonna get my lube, but Justin's like,
Oh, shit, I didn't even hear that
he didn't even
part.
pay attention.
Oh my god.
I scarred Justin. I scarred Justin for life.
Oh, fuck me.
Justin, you know, buddy.
I
Oh
know
my
what boys like. I know what boys need. I know what boys like. Boys like.
You better stop
getting
getting so
so
rowdy on the slap
I could do Dr. Roxo as well.
I can't do that. I can't do that one. I can't do that one. It gives my my throat way too sore. I don't know how many people.
You're going to heaven for this. I'd rather die and go to heaven.
Now I feel like a douchebag.
Remember, don't buy booze. Booze is not food.
Well, technically they could be.
I don't know how many people here actually follow this Chris Chan kid. I've talked about him like in a couple of times. You know, this guy from Nintendo of America went on to a forum about this dude and listed how many games he's bought in the last like year. He's bought, let's see, he's registered 5 different consoles and bought nearly 585 new games.
Oh my god.
What?
I'm like, yeah. And the crazy thing is, he's on like what is that, disability? He's on welfare. He's like on disability welfare.
Where's that
Oh my
money?
God.
Dude.
We're paying for this. Here's the crazy thing. He went to jail because, well, and I just threw a pen half across my room like a retard. On accident. But he went to jail because he pepper sprayed a dude in GameStop because the guy tried to kick him out because he was defacing a Sonic. I don't know, like a cardboard cutout of Sonic.
Yeah, he didn't like the colors of the Sonic, so he started painting over it, and the guy's like, hey
Yeah.
man, I'm gonna ask you to stop. And he gets angry, and then he pepper sprays the poor guy. I'm like,
It was,
what?
It was
He
for
acts like
Sonic.
he's the victim.
It was for Sonic.
If I might ask, Queenie, where are you from?
Where do you think I am? Nobody tell him. I want him to guess.
I won't say anything.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even know either.
Like Spain or. God damn it. I'm so bad at this.
Come on, Atticus, you can do it, man.
What do you do?
Probably. Jesus Christ. You sound like you're probably from the Slavic regions or something. Or Scandinavia.
Oh shit! God damn it! No, Queenie,
I'm sorry.
I didn't notice that Queenie Hart sounded like me. That's
Queenie, I'm sorry.
Sounded very much alike.
I'm sorry, Queenie.
Yeah.
I had to answer. Just now
I'm actually from Mexico.
Mexico. Okay.
God, Dominican Republic.
Now I feel. Now I feel
you
stupid.
sounded familiar.
I'm
from Mexico too.
stupid now. I feel absolutely fucking stupid.
Very familiar. Yeah. Very similar
Yeah.
accents. Yeah.
Sounds
You
like
were close, man.
Okay. I just embarrassed myself live. Wow. Way to go. Way to fucking
No,
go.
I thought her accent was like from like Portugal or Spain when I first met her too, so it's not a big deal.
Okay.
My accent
Yeah.
is really different from the stereotype that American people have of Mexicans. And lately, it has been changing a lot because my boyfriend is British, and I go to the UK, and like, I get like with all these accents, and they just get stuck in me, and sometimes I pronunciate them differently now. It's
It's really funny.
really so strange.
Is that
I have
like-
a
She's gonna come back
horrible
to. She's gonna come back from the UK on YouTube one day. Hello guys, my name is Queenie Hart. And
No.
I'm from
Morning,
the Associated Crumpets.
I'm Irish, and I can still pull off a pretty good Irish accent. Top of the morning, everybody. This is Atticus the Death Metaler, and happy St.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
a whole video like that.
Hold
You put the top hat on and shit, and do a whole video like that.
I'm turning 21 in March, so I'm just
Hold
thinking
on.
we should all just make a St. Patrick's Day video, just all of us with Irish accents.
Yeah, I thought he was older than me.
Am I Irish yet, everybody?
No. Oh man, I'm
You're not wearing a kilt, so no.
No, Stevie, you're talking about Scots, and you're not talking about the Irishmen, you're talking about the Scotsmen.
Yeah, well, I think I'm more Scot than anything else, because I tried to do an Irish accent once. I can't do that shit.
Everybody thinks of like Stevie from like the character Steve from Braveheart, the only Irishman who was there. Yes, just ask the fucking question. You're a madman.
Oh yeah.
Like,
But what I was gonna say is like he got arrested though. The Christian kid, he got arrested for defacing a thing from Sonic Boom. On this list, here's what his first 4 purchases are:
Alright.
Pokemon Omega Ruby, Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, Sonic Boom Wii U Physical, Sonic Boom 3DS Digital. He fucking bought the game he went to jail over.
He's blaming the trolls too about this. He's like, the trolls are trying to put me
He
back
bought
in
the game.
semi-classic Sonic fan would be displeased.
Don't call anyone.
Don't come.
You freaking fricks! Deface Sonic! How dare you fricks!
I've actually gotten an argument with Sammy, classic Sonic fan, in comments of his video for Deus Ex. He's just like, oh, this is just an old video of me. I'm like, really? He also got mad over Pac-Man's new design for the cartoon.
I put in the group chat all the games he's bought over the span of like a year.
Oh my god, what?
I can't believe that.
Is that the stuff that he bought? What the fuck? This
You know
guy
that
is
some of those are like not even games. They're like just videos and shit, and some of them are for like babies and stuff.
This guy's a weeaboo over 9,000.
God.
No, I've met people like that. He's just Christian.
I've met some people who defend Chris Chan. He tried to blame his elementary school he went to of why he's so fucked up. And
I'm like for years though.
Yeah, and I just saw this thing he posted about his like on this thing, you know, you could review schools and everything.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't like my old military school, but I just didn't like the students. The school was okay, it was just students who pissed me off. But I want to do something like that.
To military school.
Yeah, I went to military school when I lived with my mom. It was horrible.
How was that?
The teachers were very nice people, except for one. She leaked my. I had to take another year of high school because of that school, and this one teacher, like, I guess she had a problem with me or something, and she just leaked out my information to one student who dropped out and was like, "It took you 5 years to graduate," but this guy dropped out in his junior year, which is just like, really, you dropped out and now you are like doing what? And it was okay with the teachers. The students were a bunch of fucking dicks. They were just like, "Oh, we have rank, we can do shit with it," and half these people would do stolen valor to get free shit at Applebee's and everything. And I was just pissed off, like, who the...
Wow.
My grandfather, he served 22 years in the military during the Vietnam War. He's earned it. These guys haven't earned shit, and they just think...
Obviously not, especially going to a military school and acting like that. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
My grandfather, though I've never met him, he died of a heart attack, like, in the 80s. He was an MP, and he actually landed in Normandy. Yeah. After like the whole Normandy invasion, but like he arrived in after, and he was like a military policeman and stuff. And what they did with his old war buddies, they'd go on like a trip on like the place they were at in the Netherlands, France, and Belgium. And I was like saying to my grandma, what if me and my brother and my cousins do that sometime? That'd be kind of awesome. I'm still thinking about doing that. Yeah. I just need to get a fucking passport and shit.
Yeah. I have some friends who are like, we should just take a trip to California. They just, she just wants to see Trent Reznor, and I just want to go there because I want to go back to In-N-Out Burger.
Dude, I instantly thought of the Whitest Kids You Know skit on Trent Reznor.
Oh, God.
I've never seen that.
I think I've seen it, yeah, like forever ago.
Nah, Trent, I think the Pizza Man's here. Good, I wasn't. No! Sorry, just me blowing my boyfriend. Fuck you, nerd.
Yeah, I remember it now.
Oh my god, that was so hilarious. It was that in the Grapist skit where it's like he grapes people. He grapes people in the mouth. That's his thing.
I love the Grapist one. It's really funny.
That's
the one that
how
creeped me out
people.
that they did. The one that creeped me out they did was the slow jerk. You're never supposed to make eye contact, man. Hey, you're not supposed to make them touch. What the fuck?
What about the cubicle boss? He's like, I'm not done yet. You're so on the internet. I'm not done yet. You were master. You were recording this. You said on the air, I'm not done yet.
One of my favorites of them has to be the music video that they do when they go to the old grandpa's like elderly home, right? And they get drugs and they get high with the elderly people there. I thought it was really funny. It was a really funny video.
Oh my god.
That's what I want to do when I go to an old fuck home.
Exactly, man. That's the life right there.
I mean, my grandma, I call her like the fucking Terminator for a reason. She has like gone through so many operations. She's like 89 years old, and she last year she was up in Colorado after an operation, and like the high altitude and stuff was supposed to be very bad for her, but she was a fucking trooper. I mean, my grandma's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel I'm sorry about your loss, Steve. It sucks.
Oh, dude. Like I said before, like I know we talked about this before, but like being that 2014 to 2015, but like on New Year's Day, that was just
dude.
Dude.
But
I wasn't.
Stevie, we got you, man.
I know you guys do. I wasn't anticipating that news, but I guess who the hell was. You know.
And
you got guys.
You got guys like us, that were there for you. So we were, something like that. So I understand.
I feel the beginnings of an amazing bromance happening.
Yeah. Bro, now kiss.
Apart from that, but
no.
We got your.
And then
we got your back. We care about you. Now suck my dick.
but apart from that, after hearing about that and then hearing the news about, the issue like with your channel and all, because departing from that, I figured it would be a good idea that we give you like the friendly send off, with people around, with me, Atticus, Stout, other people as well, and I just figured it would be okay to show you, and I think I showed you that photo of my uncle, right? You saw that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
And of course, you saw the little teaser I made for you. Which that was a good sentiment.
That really made me feel better, and that was like the coolest thing anybody could have done. I mean, really.
Yeah.
I'm looking through the comments on the live stream too right now. If you see me scrolling through stuff, but I don't know what I'm saying is that was really nice of you guys to do that. I was totally not expecting to get that kind of news that day though, because I knew that my grandma was getting way sick and stuff, and I get like my fiance comes into the house after getting home from work and. She's like, sit down, I have some news to tell you. And I'm like, well, by saying that in and of itself, you sort of already told me, so go ahead.
But,
just go ahead.
But we're not exactly done with that sort of that friendly thing just yet, because as a matter of fact, Atticus, you know about this.
Yeah.
You want to tell him?
Oh, wait, I thought you were going to tell him.
Oh, okay, I'll tell him. I think Peter. Yes, son. Anyway, I talked to Peter, and I think Peter messaged you this before because we were doing a picture together. We're doing like these embodiments of metal, and he's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we're making a thumbnail, and we're trying to get everyone's picture in there. I got Atticus. I think Atticus sent his in. I sent mine in. Emily,
that's cool.
Yeah, Emily sent hers in. So did Shades, and
Stout sent his.
Stout sent his. So we just need a few more people. So it has to be like a serious kind of pose because Peter wants to make it a little bit more epic and a little bit more into a serious tone. So that's why we were trying to wait to see if we could get yours in, because this would be something that we would.
I'll send it in.
Dude, yeah, it would be good for 2015.
I'll send it in most definitely. That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm looking at the comments right now. I'm looking at the comments for the hangout right now, and like one guy goes, Mr. Pyro says, so who are the people in this hangout? And some other guy goes, the Beta Council. What is that supposed to mean? I'm sorry, but we're the Alpha Council. Another person goes, Chris Chan made the Sonic 2 comments. Comics. Oh, yeah. Ugh. Have you ever read the comics he's made?
Yes, I have. They are fucking...
Unfortunately, I've seen worse than comics.
You saw the picture?
Well, I guess if you browse DeviantArt long enough, yeah. But how have you seen worse?
I heard that there was like this one dude who basically like he had a DeviantArt account and most of his like art was like absolutely like graphic and just like discussing like violent like graphic depictions of like women getting mauled and stuff. I'm like, bitch, please. Have you ever looked at a Slam album?
Sure.
Have you ever looked at Cannibal Corpse's entire discography and then wanted to fap? No, I'm kidding.
No, but I'm talking about Slam bands. Like their album covers, like make Cannibal Corpse's album covers look like mere child's play. Like look at Ingested's first release. It's like so deplorable and so disgusting. And of course, Devourment's conceived in sewage. That is fucking disgusting.
Conceived. I love the band names for shit like.
Yeah, Slam bands. They want to be as brutal. They want to be as like brutal and aggressive as possible, but they're just like the most shittiest death metal bands ever. It's like poorly recorded.
Well, I saw a CD one time in a back catalog, and the band's name was Defecation, and I'm like, so your band's name is shit.
See,
yeah.
Dude, that reminds me. I'm not even sure if I even told Steve this, or I already told you this before, Atticus, because I came up with a band metal name, but I don't even have a band anymore. But
I told Stevie about my band idea name Osgiliath, and he was like, "What is Osgiliath?" I'm just like, "Bruh, you don't know what Osgiliath is? That's the city in Lord of the Rings where the Gondorians were fighting the orcs."
He like nerd schooled me, yeah.
But
you are
I finally came up with a metal name that like I've seen so far that no one has taken it, and I finally came up with it. It was called Metal Mercury, and it was all one name. So Metal Mercury was something that just came into my mind. I was like, holy shit, because no one's taken it, and I'm just saying if I ever got into a band, because I do have stuff that I've written, but if like say if any other bands want any of my shit, they can have it. I mean, just as long as you know.
My band's name is Wet Cats.
I heard Markiplier's got a band called T-Parting the Dead.
Wow, I'm stupid. It took me a minute to get that.
Speaking of all this stuff, I'm planning to do a cover that I've been wanting to do for quite some time. It's Periphery's Letter Experiments, and I've been wanting to do a cover of that song for quite some time. So later on in the future, I'm gonna be doing it. I'm gonna edit it all over with different parts of me doing the background vocals of Periphery. So it's going to be very interesting. I'm going to do it all on my iPhone, but good thing I know how to edit. And of course, it's going to be the instrumental track of Letter Experiments. I have that, so pretty stoked for that as well.
Dude, you actually reminded me. Like I did covers for Metallica, like on like the iPod or iPad. But the only problem, like with these two devices, is that the audio sucks so much ass that it sounds like I'm singing in like a bit of waves as opposed to other devices. Like when you like, for example, like Steve, are you talking to a mic?
Yeah.
Okay. So a little bit from that, like if I was singing through a mic, it would be a whole lot different than singing through a device, because I will say that I've been a little bit more confident with doing
I'm using the mic on my webcam.
Oh, well, okay.
I'm using the mic that's on top of my webcam, so it's like a mini condenser. It's like anything all that great, but sort of what it is.
I was thinking about getting like a snowball mic. I think that would be something
Now, unfortunately, my friends, I have to leave soon. Probably I'm going to be leaving at around 4:53 because I have my job. But I will have to say this, like, I love the fact that Stoutmeister's saying that we need a Kickstarter to fund for Atticus's ticket for Carolina Rebellion. So
I would totally fucking start the biggest wall of death ever when Slipknot comes on.
Yes,
you guys are there. I'm not kidding you.
I will join you on that. But I'm gonna when X plays.
I will take out my fucking phone camera too. I'll take out my phone camera and film it from like a first-person view.
What's really awesome is that like I'm gonna bring in I'm gonna go with this girl that I know who goes to my school. Who knows? It might be boyfriend, girlfriend, or something. But I'm gonna take her to see Fallujah and Revocation next month, and she's totally down for Rockville, and like from where I'm at, and it's gonna be
a hell of a woman.
Yeah, she has her taste. I mean, she listens to Falling in Reverse, but she knows that Ronnie Radke's a douchebag, and what's really unfortunate, she knows a Blood on the Dance Floor. Regardless, like, she knows Dobby Vanity is a fucking idiot, but she's like in support for Javon Monroe because Javon Monroe is like a friend of like her brother or something, but she knows that Dobby Vanity is like a fucking douchebag.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, she's good, but she's really sweet and stuff. She's really awesome.
Guys, I'll probably end up leaving because I actually have like to meet up with my staff of the network that I'm setting up, and also a live stream and a lot of other work stuff. But it was nice talking to you, and I'm glad that you invited me, Stevie.
Hey, no problem. It was great to have you.
I apologize for not knowing where you're from, Queenie.
It's okay. Nobody knows.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be going off too, but dude, it is awesome getting to hang out with you guys. So.
All right, take it easy, guys.
All right, see you later, dudes.
Yep.
He was mentioning covers. I should play one that I did. Let's see if I can get these stereo mix. Yeah, let's see. Desktop microphone.
I'm still trying to think of for my first video what I should do it on, because I'm starting my YouTube channel probably in the next week or a month or so. I'm still trying to figure out what I should do it on. What is that?
Kind of reminds me of Ralph
You guys
Wiggles.
didn't know I could play a recorder, did you?
Holy shit.
Whose phone is that going off? That keeps making me think it's mine.
Oh, that's me.
Even though I don't have a phone right now. I actually had to get rid of my cell phone because I was getting sick and tired of paying so much for T-Mobile. It was insane.
Oh,
I have
dude.
AT&T.
Holy crap. T-Mobile. I got out of T-Mobile and went to Verizon after that. Monkey, will you stop messing with my computer? But, that was my friend, Emily, who's, messaging me. But, yeah, I'm a bit down now because VIP tickets are already sold out. I'm kind of mad.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I
always
mean,
wanted
some
to
can sell out pretty quickly, so...
Yeah. That was my golden opportunity, and it's blown.
Let's see, the next thing I want to talk about is this guy I found called The New Storyteller. I don't know if you've ever heard of this dude. I don't know how to share, like, video and stuff, like, in the whatever here, but it's this weird British guy who... It's so fucking weird. He does all these stories about, like, Thomas the Tank Engine and shit in a Gumby costume. And these videos are, like, 4 hours long.
Okay.
I'll link it in the group chat, but for the people watching, just search up. It's all one word. The New Storyteller. You'll know exactly who it is when you find it.
Oh my god.
I found it, and I feel like I have to gouge out my eyes.
Oh my god. This is just as creepy as freaking Mr. Rogers looking out the window, peeping at his neighbor. Hello, neighbor.
Well, hello, neighbor.
If I could post a picture on here, I'd be posting a picture of Shooter from Comrade Double by now.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Oh, fuck.
I would do a video on this guy, but I'm afraid he'll be like a lost episode creepypasta where he just comes out of my computer and grabs me and like decapitates me and uses my spine as a skipping rope.
That would be the perfect one. I'd be like,
Well, he tries to respond to people that do that, but then he just doesn't really make any sense. He just talks about anything and everything.
oh, that reminds me of a certain somebody, but I'm not going to mention him.
Yeah.
Yeah, sound like I smell.
Oh, yeah.
I think I've heard of him.
Here,
I don't know, but I just found this guy, and the crazy thing, too, is, like, how many videos he has. He has thousands and thousands and thousands of videos that are just the same thing. Like, and I'm like, how do you fucking find the time to do this?
Maybe he's like the vigilant Christian. He doesn't have a life.
Ooh.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm planning to
I
do a
watch some of
video.
that guy's videos, too.
He's a Mario's?
Yeah, the vigilant Christian.
Yeah. The guy has a big problem with me. I mean, he's been trying. He's blocked me so many times because he just thinks I'm somehow a troll. No, I'm a person who knows he's a complete idiot going around saying how the world's going to fucking end because he says so. I'm playing.
Well, that's so stupid. I mean, those are like those rapture assholes who think that just because they prophesize the end of the world, you know, it'll happen. And they're so stupid. They do it within their own lifetime too. So when it doesn't happen, they have to go make it up another time.
Yeah. He's been he recently posted a video, and oh my god, I might do this when I get home later tonight. He made a video on how there was like this child sacrifice to Satan, and he posted a picture of the article he found. And I looked to the side, and it was like Queen having sex in the car or something, and I'm just like, okay, this is from like the Daily Inquisitor or something because this is fake. It's called looking around. Oh god, I can't see right now. And I'm just like, who believes this? And so many people, and I check people who have a problem with him, and you look through the comments, they just get death threats upon death threats. He's like herpes-infested Onision, pretty much.
So his fucking fans are like rabid.
Yeah.
Let's see. Rox, do you have your speakers on?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you turn them down a little bit? Because I can hear you, and it's like feeding back a little.
Okay, there.
Okay, that's a lot better. That's better. But no, if he's like that, he's got those kind of fan bases that attack people like that. I don't understand that shit. I got accused of like doing that and asking people to do it. And I'm like, fucking show me where I've ever asked somebody to do that.
Yeah, he's
I don't get that shit.
He's called a friend of mine and harassed him because I think it was on Reddit or something.
He got their number?
What?
He got their fucking phone number?
He got a cell phone number from like Google Plus or something, and he was trying to say no, I didn't. He tried to do like Onision did when he like abused Shiloh and everything. He's like, no, that's not true. I never did that. He did the same thing to him, and I would love getting a hold of that. I wonder how I can download that from Facebook because he sent it to me. He was just no, I never beat my ex-girlfriends. They're just trying to get back at me because I'm now a Christian. What does your religion have to do about you beating women?
Something between Jack and shit.
Yeah. Or sure, fucked up.
In fact, if people from like the people commenting are just like, oh shit, who the fuck is this guy? Say something about the abuse he's done and any of the things he posts, he will automatically block you. He's made a video of saying how he pulls a Christian. He's like, the trolls have mental issues, but this guy has like social anxiety and schizophrenia out the wazoo.
Oh boy, imagine if I did my Onision level shit on this guy. That would have been fucking amazing. I'd have this guy like standing on a rooftop, like naked, ready to set himself on fire.
Jesus.
He's
okay. That's maybe a little much, but I mean, he'd go crazy like that dude from the Coney bullshit went, where he was like running around the streets like and shit.
Yeah. He's made videos against
I don't know if you remember.
And I don't like Amazing Atheist, but I do agree with him that Mario's a freaking insane moron, whatever he is. And he came out going like, oh, I have so much sex than you. Yeah, right. I guess you just had sex with one girl who gave you herpes. That's how I see it.
Derpies.
Dang, I'm probably one who hasn't even done it either.
He has.
Derpies.
Yeah, he's just completely pathetic. He's gone after people who disagree with him, going like, "Oh well, are you?" He acts like a badass when it comes to comments, but once you attack him, he turns into the world's biggest vagina. And I've already said,
I don't understand rabid Christians. I don't understand the rabid Christians on the website that do that shit, because it's just like, like, what do you think this is accomplishing? Do you think it's going to get you a higher seat in heaven when you die? You think that a God is going to look at your contributions on YouTube and give a flying fuck at all? Oh, thank you for telling all those seasons off while you were on YouTube. You know what? You get to get blown by all these underage virgins I have in heaven, because apparently their fucking version of the afterlife is just as fucked up as any random psycho schizophrenic fucking pedophile.
Where are my virgins? Yo, we're all playing Minecraft. You want to play? Awesome!
No.
Come up in here to heaven. We got virgins, pussy, and Minecraft, and me.
Oh, dang it.
I don't think I would stick around in heaven.
I'm the savior of mankind.
Wow. I'm going to hell now.
I've already gotten some death threats from some of Mario's fans because I attack into the comments because my computer, my last computer, which is up here, like completely fried on me, so I'm using a new one. I'm planning to do some videos soon. And I don't care if I get death threats from his fans, because his fans are complete and utter just twats, if you ask me. They go around going, how dare you say this? You're not supposed to have an opinion against our saint. And he calls himself a saint. And the people who follow him
He's a saint?
He's no saint. I'm like, dude. He has a
That's
problem
like the Son of Man guy I did those videos on, that black dude who was beating the shit out of the kid in the live stream.
Yeah.
He literally thinks he's like a prophet and shit. He, like, every time, like even if now in this live stream that I mention him, he'll address what I said. He's done it like 5, 6 fucking times. And the only reason I know about it is because when he goes up on his Twitter and shit, or like they have a Twitter forum and shit, like somebody will link my fucking Twitter. They'll like send me the @ thing or whatever, and he's like, some man discussing this guy now, and I'm like, Dude, really? It's like I stopped paying attention to you, and you wouldn't let me come on your fucking show, because I tried to call into a show a few times, and they kept hanging up on me, and I'm like, fuck you, okay? You know, you're not going to fucking want to hear my point of view and then make me look like a coward after the fact. Fuck you.
I've had the same problem with the Son of Man, because I called him out for what he did to his child, because I have a daughter, and some guy...
I don't even think that was his kid. I think that was somebody else's, which makes it even worse. Yeah. As an audience, he's not just going up in his living room and doing it. Apparently, that's a congregation of people that watch it, and then they also film it and put it online too. So that could have been somebody else. They would let you do that.
Yeah, he sent his cameraman or whatever, one of his grunts after me, and he's like, "How about you call into the Son of Man if you think this way?" And I'm like, "You can tell Marvin if he wants me to do it. Tell me don't send you. Tell me." Let him tell me, because he just shows he's afraid of anyone with a highly different opinion.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
It reminds me back in the Metallica Guru channel I used to have, because I got rid of it, but I would still constantly get all these comments from people, from Onision fanboys, by the way, saying that, oh, he's a down-to-earth kind of guy, he's a fucking, you could say in a close way, a saint in some way, but from what they're saying, but...
What?
The thing what I'm getting so annoyed about is that something that I make either a year or two ago is that I keep explaining to them it's dead beat. There's no point in talking about it. It's dead. It's gone. But they still like to bring it up. And it's to the point where I just get so pissed off. It's like I can't think of anything to say.
Yeah, they're really feeding back now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have to turn it down just a little bit too.
Who, me or
Yeah, whoever's got like the speakers, because it sounds like almost like a delay echo.
Hold on a minute. Where did I throw my headphones? I hate when I do that. I throw shit and I can never find it.
I've got like so many headphones. I've got like a pair of fucking Turtle Beach headphones here for the gaming. I got these. I got freaking little headphone fucking earbuds and shit.
Yeah. I had the earbuds, and I just threw them somewhere, and I just don't remember where I put it. And I'm just like, great. Oh, there they are. It's under my suitcase, which I'm going to need in a couple weeks. That's going to be fun.
Where are you going?
Where are you going?
Sorry, what?
Where were you going? You guys said you were going somewhere?
Yeah, I have to go back to Ocala for my daughter's birth, so...
Ah. Well, congratulations.
Thank you. We agreed. One kid.
It's only watching. I'll say this from personal experience. Watching a human baby get born is only partially terrifying. It's partially terrifying and partially the most amazing thing you'll ever experience. But it's scary. You ever seen Alien?
Yes.
You ever seen Alien? No, I love my little girl to death. I love my little girl to death. Watching her get born was like scary. Like there's a human head coming out of another human being, and there's a leg and an arm, and then you're holding her, and
yeah,
and it's an amazing experience, but it's bloody.
Oh,
and
gosh.
you didn't really prepare for that.
Yeah.
I'm 22, man. I'm still not even ready for a kid. Not by a long shot.
Well, but good on you for being that young and not having kids, because there's too many people that are way too young to be having kids that are having them like into infinity now, and it's kind of annoying because these kids are born into like such inequity. I'm like, do you not give a fuck, or do you just think it's nothing that's all that serious? It's a human life there.
Yeah, I've known people who get pregnant like at 15, 16 years old, and they're like, oh, we can handle it, and they just lose their sanity. I went out with a girl, and after she broke up with me, actually she cheated on me with a 14-year-old. We were 17 at the time. Cheated on me with a 14-year-old, moved out of the town, and she then got pregnant, and I was like, I wonder what happened to her. And I look her up. She has like 5 kids. She's like let herself go and everything. I'm just like, well, at least I got out of that before it got bad.
Damn!
You dodged not only a bullet, you dodged a Stinger missile.
Shit.
That could have been you.
But like, Not that I have anything against kids. I'm just saying that, I mean, like you said, I mean, at a young age, I mean, it's a good idea not to have kids at like such a young age. But like, I love kids. I mean, I always figured about maybe at least just one or two. But like I said, I'm not really ready for that sort of thing. But I always figured that if I have kids, that I have either 2 boys or 1 boy or 1 girl. That's just usually how I would see it. But I don't know. It's just weird somehow. It's
yeah. Because, Becky and I, we don't have any kids yet. We won't plan on having any kids, until, like, way later on, until we're, like, settled into a good job, each of us, and we don't even really want to raise kids here in the United States. And it's not so much, the country itself. I mean, the U.S. is a good country, but it's just the climate of the culture and the society right now, we just don't feel is really great for bringing a kid into.
Yeah.
We want to settle down maybe in Germany somewhere on the countryside or something like that. This is all just talk right now. It's all just talk right now, but we want to do something special for when we have a kid, because I'm comfortable in only having 2 kids. I have my daughter and then son or daughter, whatever Becky and I have when we're ready. So I'm totally comfortable with that. I don't get these people, however, who want to have like 10, 11 kids like the Octomom and shit. I'm like, why? Kids are, I mean, if it's special to you, it's special to you, but like, goddamn, seriously, how do you handle that shit? And then all these kids, I mean, isn't that isn't that like just a sophisticated form of inbreeding or something? Like,
dude, oh god.
Passing the genetics over and over and over that many times has got to not be good.
Yeah.
It reminds me of yesterday at work. When I ended up closing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. As a matter of fact,
what happened to your job?
There's like 2 kids that come in. One kid just comes over right where I am. I'm building a freaking chair. She's like, what are you doing? I'm just, like, I don't mean any offense to the kid, but like, I got to get this done. It's like, okay, I'm building a chair. And then she kept asking so many questions. I mean, I'm it's cool that she's high-spirited and all. I don't see that, in a lot of people. But then, like, after, like, when I'm getting a little bit busy, there's, like, people lining up. One of the other kids that this mom has constantly just keeps screaming and screaming and screaming. I mean, non-stop for 15 minutes. Screams. And I'm standing there just with a smile on my face looking at everyone's like, oh, please kill me now. because everyone else's face, they're like looking at the kid like, can't that kid ever shut up? And he's like, here, I'll just help you out as soon as I can. I'll just keep scanning you out. Okay, have a nice day. And I'm just, that's the point where I was like, oh, come on, kid, please just shut up. Driving me nuts. But, that's the scary side of having kids. It's just the other thing that I see too. I mean, like, I love kids, but there's also the part of me.
Yeah, but I don't like parents. Yeah, you don't like the parents that don't discipline their fucking kids at all.
Yeah.
They just let them sit there and scream. It's like that one commercial, I don't know, it was a European commercial where the kid wanted candy really bad. I don't know if you've ever seen it. And he's throwing a fucking tantrum, and then you realize it's a condom commercial.
Yeah,
he's
dude.
Like, think about it.
It was one of those bank commercials.
Yeah, it was a condom commercial, and it says, something about safe sex or whatever. But it's like a way to avoid having to deal with that in the future of this fucking annoying kid.
I'm like, sorry, but like, in a fucked up way, it is kind of funny because, when you're looking at that and then all of a sudden it just says it's a condom.
Well, that was the point.
I know.
Yeah, no, that was the point.
Oh, fuck.
The best way...
go ahead. I'm sorry.
One show that shows, use birth control and condoms had to be Honey Boo Boo because that family was so disgusting. You're like, well,
she's married to a sex offender.
Yeah,
Honey Boo Boo's mom, and she has got no problem with it. I'm like, this lady seriously does not give a fuck about anything at all. Like, this is the one most not give a shit human I've ever seen. She's scary too. She's like one of those people like if you said anything about would eat you.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's like she's like Jabba the Hutt. She's like someone from the Hutt clan from Star Wars who was kicked out because she kept eating everything. Like, stop eating your servants, feed them to the Rancor. And Jesus like, but they're so tasty. And she's like holding a bucket full of like Twi'lek tails or something.
Gosh, the hot cartel. Holy crap. Oh.
I don't get, like, I don't know. I stopped watching television because of shows like that. I just don't get the brainless fucking entertainment that's on TV. I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking to myself, like, what is fucking entertaining about this? Like, what is supposed to be funny about this, or entertaining, or what? You know? I'm just like, this is depressing. It's a show about, like, these fucking kids pageants for, like, the people out there that don't know it. Like, Here Comes Honey Boo Boo was a TV show about this fucking kid who was in, like, one of those, like, kids, like, beauty pageants. And that's bad enough. And then her mother, if you've never seen the show, is this fucking 900-pound fucking epitome of everything that is redneck and hick. And it's unbelievable. Like, you know, like if you've ever seen a stereotype of a backwoods fucking southerner and crammed everyone you've ever heard of into one human being, this chick's mother is it. And it's unfucking real. This show is just unfucking real.
Yeah.
But I stopped watching TV because of it, because it was just depressing. I'm like, this isn't entertainment. This is everything that's wrong with society.
And there's nothing good on. I mean, I flip through the channels every day through here. I mean, throughout the entire city of Las Vegas, I go through it. I mean, the only thing that's entertaining by so far close is the sports channel. And the sports channel was the only channel so far to even mention Metallica yesterday. But that was the only thing that was worth watching as opposed to everything else. Because there's
Metallica got put on a sports channel?
Yeah, Metallica were mentioned because they were at a hockey game. Yeah, they got a picture with them. They started mentioning them. It's like, what the fuck? Because I've never heard Metallica and Sports Center mentioned in the same sentence before. And as soon as when they started saying that, my head just popped up and just focused attention on the TV. Yeah. And yeah, like, oh, holy crap. But like the only thing that I will see that's, as a matter of fact, I think I was just watching it when I got back from work, literally. But, like, Austin Powers would be on. That's, like, the only thing that would be entertaining to watch, as opposed to everything else. Most of the other...
baby!
Oh, God. And I hear rumors about a fourth one, too. But,
Oh, I want to see that. I like those movies. Those are so stupid.
So stupid, but they're funny. I mean, especially Oddjob, who was, what role did he play? Because I know he was in the first one. I think he was, like, because instead of a hat, he throws a shoe, but...
Yeah.
But aside from that, I mean, some other things, not to get off tangent, but that's actually where they got the basis for Kung Lao for Mortal Kombat from. They got it from Oddjob.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and speaking of Kung Lao, for instance, I saw, like, the reviews, I mean, the releases of the characters that currently just came out for Mortal Kombat X, and just, I was ecstatic to realize that they have an old Kung Lao.
Hold on a minute. Turn off the fucking light.
They've got ups and shit. They've got like the original rosters and shit for the older games too, which makes me very happy.
I know. I'm just waiting to see if they have Liu Kang coming out. I'm really hoping they have that one. But like so far, I mean, I'm satisfied as hell that they have a lot. And I even made a video about this before because a lot of people were just complaining that the music sucked. And here's what I'm just gonna say why I made this. They were complaining that, you know,
it was rap.
Oh yeah, rap. But like, you know, I didn't have a big deal with that. And that Sub-Zero kept getting his ass killed, which there's really not much point to making an argument about this because there's things that do change up because there's a lot of rumors that speculate that this could even be a third Sub-Zero rather than two that before had. But
it's Sub-Zero Jr.
That too. But
well, did they rebuild him in the last one as Cyber Sub-Zero or some shit, or was he just a bonus character?
Well, technically, it's an alternate timeline after the original, so it would technically be that second Sub-Zero. So I'm guessing since they brought Kitana and Kung Lao back from the depths of hell from where we last saw them, so I'm guessing it's a possibility he might come back as an original as he was. But one of the things that I was having a problem with everyone coming to this quick conclusion that the game's gonna suck is that the game hasn't even been released yet, and this thing is gonna also apply to Tekken 7, which I did a review over, which I'm still waiting for my friend to make the release of it. That people make these judgments too far on it when the game hasn't even come out yet. I mean, this is way before that we had the initial release of any characters besides the obvious two of Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Everyone just starts flipping shits. The game's gonna suck because of this or that. It's not even out yet.
Yeah. Well, no, and then that's what Queen and I were talking about earlier too, with the Gamergate thing, and it kind of relates to that a little bit. It's just like, how do you know that when a game gets reviewed, how do you even know it's legit anymore because of this shit? Is it just going to be perceived as sucking because a lot of people were paid to say that it sucks, even though it might be great, and then drive the sales into the floor, or what? It's not like. And it kind of was like when Duke came out. I liked it. A lot of people were like, this game is old. And I'm like, it's fucking Duke Nukem. Was it supposed to be great? Yes, it took 15 years to fucking come out. So what? I was playing Duke Nukem on the PlayStation 1. I've had Time to Kill and fucking Land of the Babes for the PlayStation 1. And those games, by other game standards, were fucking awful. Yeah. So I still had fun with them either way.
Yeah.
Especially like now. See, if you play like PS1 games now, you're like, holy shit, I can't believe I thought these were good graphics at one time. It's like fucking block people walking around.
Yeah. It's like with any gaming award show, they always give like Call of Duty the best award, even though it's a copy and paste game.
Oh gosh, Call of Duty.
Yeah, that's because they have a lot of money and they can pay people to say it's the best game of the year. I tried Advanced War. What is the one? Advanced Warfare that came out. I tried a demo of it, and it really is just. You know what it reminds me of? It played like fucking Killzone. That's exactly what it reminded me of because it's all in the future and shit. And I'm like, this is Killzone. You have the same kind of weird futuristic weaponry and all this other stuff, and your enemy kind of reminds the Hellgast guys. I'm like, all they did was steal from Killzone. Now they're going to award because they modeled Kevin Spacey into the game.
We got Kevin Spacey,
which is kind of awesome. Yeah,
but I can at least give Call of Duty some credit because as opposed to it, GTA Online makes. And I know this is kind of coming from Undertaker Freak's perspective, but I have to say, GTA Online does make Call of Duty look like paradise on Earth. Yeah. I kid you not. Because constantly and constantly... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Really? I don't have GTA 5 yet. Because, for one, I don't get the fact that the fucking PlayStation 3 version of GTA 3 is still as expensive as it is. I'm like, I can't fucking get this. I'm like, I'm not rich by any means. I come from a rich family, but I'm broke as shit. And I still can't get it, but I've heard bad things about its online capability, and I'm just like, well, that sucks, because I really wanted to try it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. GTA. I mean, GTA Online, just from my perspective, it's good, though. It's just that Rockstar is it's completely lazy with what they're doing. They don't make promises. They don't, okay. The moral of what I'm just saying about the game is that don't make promises you can't keep. I mean, we've been waiting for over 2 years now for Heist to come out. Or maybe even a year and a half. I don't know. It's 2015, so the game must have come out in 2013. But so yeah, we've been waiting over 2 years for Heist to be coming out. They keep saying every month Heist will be coming out, and still to this day, and we're still waiting, by the way. But don't get me wrong, there's a lot of content within the game that's good and worthy, that does have its redeeming factors. But some of the things about it that need to be fixed currently is the fucking harassment issues that people like me and other people have to keep going through. Like, you're minding your own business, driving like one of the cars you like, and someone keeps constantly blowing you up. And this is something new too, by the way, for these new type of game glitches. I would go into a session, like, automatically, like, I'm in my car, all of a sudden, 16 people at the same time in different locations, and I kid you not, 16 people get their cars blown up, but you can't set more than 5 sticky bombs or grenades. Well, you can set grenades, but, like, how can you throw grenades in 16 locations around the whole map?
They have more than one person doing it?
No, I mean, like, it's all by one person. But that's impossible because you can't set more... Yeah, so it's basically a new type of a glitch that they use as opposed to getting in someone's safe house and killing them. And, it's bullshit. Like, I had to keep going through that sort of shit every single time. I mean, that's the reason why I don't like going back into GTA Online. as opposed to the promises that they can't keep, the game glitches or the game exploits that they can't fix, and not to mention you got the snobby little kids that, like, when you do a race and you almost try to finish a race, but they like end up like hitting you purposely from behind because they can't win it or you overlap them, and it's.
See, I'm an expert at fucking racing simulator games. I love racing games. I've been playing them for years, so I would probably piss off a lot of people. I love racing games. And one thing I really wanted to get GTA 5 for is when I saw a video of how customizable you can make your vehicles and stuff. And they have like lots of off-road vehicles too. They had one called the Sand King XL, which is like this big, huge. It looks like a Ram 3500, like, lifted truck, and I like vehicles like that, you know, and I wanted to get the game because it looks like you can really mod out your cars and shit, but...
Oh, you still can.
You still can?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, there's, I mean, even though it's not a little bit modifiable, but there's like this new content that everyone's talking about. There's a truck with a freaking mini turn, or one of these gun turns that you have in the back. That is some... As a matter of fact, if you type in GTA Online Update right now, you'll see a picture of one of the characters with the freaking turn on the back of the truck. There's like a official screen cap of it.
Well, let me get my Firefox working here. I have to actually use the. I have to use the client for the Hangouts here in Google Chrome because it just straight up does not work in Firefox. I tried to get it to work earlier too. I tried to load the installer and it's just not doing shit. Like it straight up like refused to install. And I'm like, okay, fuck you. Go to Chrome.
But I want to get a PS4 very bad because with this new content that's coming out for the PS4, I mean, obviously you can do first-person mode. That's one of the cool things that they additionally featured, and then they have the railgun, which is kind of a Metal Gear reference there, but as opposed to
Quake had a railgun too.
Wait, what?
Quake had a railgun too.
Holy
the original Quake.
Everything needs a railgun. It's like, need more cowbell, need more railgun.
Oh yes, I got a fever. And the only prescription...
Need more bullets that fire faster than the speed of sound. Yes.
Dude. But they've from the last update that they have, you can have up to 3 safe houses within the online game now. They got some many cool cars. The only irritating factor about one of the cars is that when you're trying to shoot someone, they have this feature like when you shoot the back of their car, bullets won't go through it. That's one of the calls called the Zentorno. Like there's no window right there for you to shoot through. So it's kind of bullshit because they throw stickies out there or they shoot you from there, and it kind of pisses me off. But
yeah.
So, what vehicle are you talking about that has a turret? I can't find it. I searched GTA 5 update.
Here, let me try this. As a matter of fact, let me get my iPad and my charger because my computer's about to die. I'll show you.
Oh, no. One game I'm actually excited for the PS4 is Kingdom Hearts 3 and Metal Gear Solid 5.
I want the new Kingdom Hearts game. I fucking love those games.
Yeah, that's how I got my nickname, and it's weird because after it was about the month I was about to move, some freshman from my high school comes up to me. I had my Keyblades on. I was at the mall, and they're like, "Hey, aren't you that one guy from my school?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Can I get your autograph just because?"
I went to a con recently, and actually, somebody from my YouTube actually recognized me. It was pretty cool to meet up with them.
Yeah. I'm like I said about starting up my YouTube channel. I'm kind of like wondering if I would get like DMCA's put on me because of the things I say. Because I'm not a nice guy. Like if you decide to mock something or you think you're holier than thou, you're gonna end up getting fucking chewed out like crazy.
Yeah. Let's see. GTA 5 turret truck.
Alright, let's see if I can search on this. Thank God for that. And I always search up updates for this stuff every single day.
Is it like an APC looking video? Or looking vehicle? Like a armored personnel carrier looking vehicle? Or like a regular truck?
Almost like a regular truck, but I want to see if that might be a little bit different because there's supposed to be new vehicles that are supposed to be coming out. Let's see. Okay. All leaked vehicles. Okay, this one might be an issue. If you type it in, even though I don't really trust this site much, but they have like a screen cap of it. If you type in GTA Online update, there should be like a link where it says international like business times or something like that. See, there's a picture right there that has the turn, and it's it's a rebel truck. That's what it's called. So it looks a little bit like one of those. It's a Karen Rebel 4x4. It's a high priority vehicle for heists.
Mm.
So it's
is it like a white truck?
It's like a black truck from what I see.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to find the link. This is not showing up in my Google.
Try typing international times in there. It should show you like a script, like a picture of like the of what the heists of like the pictures of characters should look like. If not, I'll try sending it to you through Facebook.
Well, we got a group chat in here. Yeah. Oh wait, ibtimes.co.uk.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That was why I thought the website was called International Times.
Oh, no. That's like stuff my dad prints out.
Let's see.
Yeah, because he works at a printing press.
Hmm.
I'm waiting for the page to load. That's pretty cool, though, that you can have vehicles like that. Because I remember, like, when GTA 3 came out, like, I got it for the PS2 years and years ago. You could take the fire truck and you could knock people over with the fire hose. I love doing it. I love doing that. Like, just drive up, like, to where there's a fire, you know, and then just be like, I don't want to put the fire out. I want to go fuck with everybody else.
Oh wow! I didn't even see this part right here. There's a screen cap too of a turn on top of the part of a different type of truck. This is a whole lot different.
So basically, it's an actual item you can use.
Like it's implying right here. It's called like the HVI Insurgent. It's like a heavy armored military technical vehicle with a caliber machine gun mount on the top.
Oh, that's fucking sicker than shit. Oh, okay, I see it. Yeah, this thing's cool as hell. I like that idea. I was waiting for that because there are certain vehicles that need that, like the original Hummers and stuff from like San Andreas and shit. They're like military Hummers, and in reality they actually do have 50 cals strapped on them.
Let's see.
That's cool.
The only thing I wish they do though is that for of course, I hope to God one day they put fucking katanas in the game because I always hope for a fucking katana in the effing game. I mean, you got it in San Andreas, you have it in Vice. I mean, why not for this game? And they got some new masks. Let's see. And as a matter of fact, every Christmas or every New Year's, this is unfortunately due to that damn Lizard Squad shit, but
yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them up the ass, but
fuck those guys. They're stupid as hell.
There is an update that you can use that has snow. Like the entire state of San Andreas will be covered in snow for like that specific period of time. That's like
actually kind of cool.
It's fun as shit, but I just wish
they
had
got weather and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And what I wish they do though,
cool.
I wish they added in North Yankton for that sort of thing. Like. Wait, hold on. I pardon my stupidity, but have you played GTA 5 before?
No, I have not yet. I still don't own it.
Okay.
I own an Xbox. Just like in every other game, right now I'm pre-ordering Monster Hunter 4 and Majora's Mask.
Oh, holy shit! I so gotta look into that. But what about you, Steve? You played GTA?
I played GTA. I only have it up to number 4. I don't have number 5 yet.
Oh, okay.
Do you ever run into that glitch with the swing set? You jump up and grab onto it and it just, like, shoots you off.
It flings the yes, that actually does.
I saw that.
That actually does happen.
I've seen that video. Peanut Butter Gamer put up a video about that, and it just looks funny to do because you survive it. Just go flopping over the map.
That's GTA 4, am I correct?
Yes.
Oh, dude. My favorite
Okay, I
part
got a
about-
better screen. I see a better screenshot of this vehicle. That thing is fucking bad as hell. It's a big ass like M60 looking fucking thing. Okay, yeah, that's cool.
That's
I would troll the shit out of the game. Just
Oh.
Yeah, I want to drive that. Fucking drive around and shoot the shit out of people with that. That's awesome.
But there's still like just like in San Andreas, they now have the homing missile launcher that you can finally use to seek aim at like other stuff like the jets and helicopters that come after you. That is
it was like a heat.
Oh, dude, that's a big redeeming factor that gave. I mean, despite the fact that I still get a bit annoyed with GTA Online, but apart from owning now 3 apartments or 3 garages or houses, because you can own houses now, but you have like 10 space garages, 6 spaces, or 2 spaces, and so if they put the 4th apartment, and I'm definitely gonna get those type of vehicles, and like from all the guns that they have. I'm trying to unlock like certain colors for it as well, but like the minigun, the RPG, the homing missile launcher. They even got like a firework launcher that you had. It was part of the Independence Day. They had muskets. What else did they have? They had like a Tommy gun too.
That's cool.
And I can't even remember what else they had. Apart from that, they have wolf masks. I think that'd be perfect for Stevie there, because I don't know, because they got like
the I actually have an idea for a video game Stevie might like. It goes around the concept of like monsters being created by human greed or emotion, and the only way to destroy them is pretty much with music, like weapon-based guitars, drums, anything really.
You know that actually in Warhammer 40,000, that was actually a thing. There was an army like for Chaos Marines that had infantry units called Noise Marines, and they're rich, bulky soldier guys who had like fuck weapons.
Damn.
Oh, dude,
I don't know how much of that you heard.
I heard some of it when I get.
Did that come through? Okay.
Yeah, it's going in and out there a little bit.
I was
like 40,000, they had these soldiers that were infantry units called Noise, and they were really cool. They had like guitar weapons, like were sonic weapons.
Yeah. Sonic boom them.
But like, if I ever get a PS4, I'm gonna say, as opposed to GTA Online, for the PS4, I definitely want to play Outlast so bad. I don't know why.
Is that the game I'm thinking of where it's like a mix of like TF2 and shit and like, oh fuck, I don't know. I was looking at one game, I don't know if it's Outlanders or Outlast, I don't know which one it was, but I saw this game preview that was like a mix of like TF2 and Unreal Tournament, and it had like cell-shaded graphics and shit.
I mean, I've seen like so many.
It was a game that was coming out.
I've seen so many gameplays. It's kind of like Amnesia, because the only thing that you really have within the game though is that the only options.
I'm thinking of Over.
Oh, okay. Because within this game.
Yeah, Overwatch is what I was thinking of.
Overwatch is. Overwatch is a little bit more different, because like within this game, like you can't even fight back. You can't even. The only 2 things that reasonable enough in the game that you can run or you can hide, because you have like a video camera. You go around an asylum recording a whole lot of stuff, and getting away from, like, you have to run away from all these crazy psychopathic assholes, but they're like all mutants and shit, and there's a little bit more to it, but I don't want to spoil it. But there's also
really fucking crazy,
dude. Just it's scary as shit. I mean, like, it's not like cliche like some horror stories are. It's like when you least expect it, like. As soon as when you walk into a certain area and just not even just with your mind off of it, bam, it hits you like that, and that's what's so cool about
Damn.
It. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I've tried Amnesia a couple of times, and it just seems really crazy. What's up?
I was just checking Tumblr, and someone posted this thing about Onision's child wife or whatever having another kid.
Oh.
She's having another fucking kid?
Jesus.
Apparently.
They're having another fucking kid? Are you kidding me? I'm going to Tumblr now. Because, you know what? What the fuck? I mean, having another... It's bad enough that this dude does not fucking show off, you know, his kid at all. It should be the joy of his life, you know?
Yeah.
But holy shit, you get in the group chat on here.
Yeah, some people are saying they doubt it. Some people are saying that she's just doing for attention, but if this is true, I'm gonna just be like, great. I mean, I've had people tell me that I'm wrong. I'm wrong about Onision because he's a good guy. I've had friends who try to defend Onision. I had an ex-girlfriend who was like in love with Onision. Also blamed a lot of her problems because she has Asperger's, and she blamed cheating on me on that too.
One of my exes like Onision too, but so I like to keep that out of the awkward zone. But other than that, I gave up on Lainey a whole just a long time ago. Just like, oh come on.
Oh, I think it's all just one post that's on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see where you're.
Yeah, it's just.
It's just like one like inbox message. But if it was true, then good God, you know, it's fucked up enough. The girl was like 16 years old when he was messaging her and stuff, and I'm just like, this guy is just disgusting. It's really all there is to it.
Yeah.
And then the fact that, you know. And like I said, I'm not gonna mention names here, but like from a certain person, I'm not sure if you've seen the video because he took it down though. Technically, what I could say is moldy high as fuck guy. He even said because he mistaken me and Stevie as brothers, which I can consider that as a compliment. But
oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, he said me, him, and his fiance had shared psychosis of him. It's like, what the fuck are you even talking about? I mean, and he wait, go ahead. I'm sorry.
What? What is he even fucking talking about?
I don't know. I'm not sure if you've seen it because he took the video down, but like he was mentioning something that like you forced your demeanors of Onision amongst your fans. Is like there is no fucking way. I mean, because the only thing that
17,200. 17. Right now, I think I'm at 17,232 people. That's a lot of crazy.
Yeah. And I even told him, I was like, okay, a collective amount of people willingly, with their own thoughts, their own mind process, made a video together with Stevie discussing why they disliked Onision. And I even constantly asked this person to show submitted fucking proof about this conversation that he had, in which, by the way, Stevie showed me the other side of the argument, which it was a whole lot more evidence than him showing me 3 effing sentences talking to this certain individual. And you know what I was getting pissed off with is the fact that and I kept getting onto him. He's like, you have the fucking nerve to fucking say to use someone's fiance and someone's child as a weapon against them, like a low blow, and then
fucked up.
And to say that we have shared psychosis of a certain individual. Now I get the point that I've made my videos over Onision, you've made your videos over Onision, but I've made my videos over Onision way before I even met Stevie too. So to say that I had some sort of shared psychological problem with someone, and I'm not saying that Becky or you have a shared psychological problem, not at all. That's out the fucking window.
His whole trip was that he was a satirist and stuff, and he was trying to just joke about the whole situation, like he had some kind of underlying point. And I'm sure that in your mind, as a complete idiot making a fucking fool out of yourself. Like if you have something you want to tell me, like maybe you think it's wrong for me to continue doing YouTube or talk shit that I fucking grow up of nuts and tell around the issue like this, and say I'm going to send your shit to the FBI. Like the FBI is going to give a fuck.
They don't give a crap what happens on the internet. Although I did know. Sorry.
They don't give a shit. Go ahead. You're fine.
I knew a guy back when I was in high school, when I went to that military academy. He almost got arrested. He was a huge fucking dick, but whatever. He got arrested for saying some type of joke on Xbox Live. It's like, you say something on YouTube, they don't do anything about it. You say something on, like, Xbox, you end up in, like, federal prison for 24 years. It's just
Really?
yeah.
I mean, the government's gonna waste that much fucking time?
Yeah. It's like
That's crazy.
It's like, let me get this straight. We have people out there, beating people to death and harassing people like Scream style. But someone makes a joke online, it's wrong. It's over Xbox Live. I've been on Team Fortress 2, and I've had some little kid say that I'm a total fucking faggot, and he'll skull fuck me into the next life. I'm not gonna take it serious. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, cool kid. I'm sure you can get it up. Go ahead, try. It's not something you take seriously. It's not something that's supposed. It's just what the fuck.
And people have gone to prison and shit over fucking stuff they've said on Xbox Live, and I'm like, if that's the case, I'm like, I want to know how the trial for this went. How can a judge in his right mind sentence somebody to for life in prison over some dumb shit they say on Xbox?
Yeah, that's like someone writing a creepy.
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, that's like someone writing a creepypasta, and something like that actually happens, and they're arrested, and they live in a highly different state. It's just like, you wrote this, we know you did it. I wrote this months ago, it's called a coincidence. Or someone emulated it.
Well, yeah, but, I don't know. I mean, that did happen. There were these two girls who stabbed this dude, this friend of theirs, not a dude, to death, over Slender Man and shit. And I'm like,
just
really?
It's like, I've heard people...
Okay.
I've had someone invite me to try to summon Cthulhu, and I knew it would work. It's like, you're going to try to summon...
Are you serious?
Yes, there was guys like, hey, you want to summon Cthulhu? And I'm like, do I look like I want... I joked around, I'm like, do I look like I want Pacific Rim to actually...
Hey, you want to come in my van and summon Cthulhu?
He was a pretty cool guy in high school. It's just like, I don't know if you took himself so serious you could. It's just like, you want to summon Cthulhu? Do I look like I want Pacific Rim to happen? Do I look like I want kaijus popping out of the ground? I don't have a giant...
But as long as we get giant robots... Yeah, well, if they do, we have to build giant robots to fight them, so, hey, it's a start.
Yeah. Hey, I would love having my own giant robot. I would have it look like the one from No More Heroes 2, have that giant thing with a laser guitar.
Ooh, Gundam.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with mine looking like this thing. Like fucking Mechagodzilla. I love this little thing.
I would have one, because I do want to start a review series on Channel Awesome. I'm working on a script and everything, because they require you having a story instead of, just sitting around just doing reviews. One idea was, one idea I had was with the series of having a giant robot called the Black Odin, which is going to be like kind of a spoof of Super Sentai's Gokaiger's giant pirate ship mech. And it's
that's
just
cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I had this whole entire idea, like the first season of it, though, was going to be like kind of a spoof on Power Rangers, trying to explain, okay, how the hell did this Power Ranger series have all the Sentai abilities? And they're like, we need you to break inside the morphing grid and take all this stuff back. Do I get paid? You can keep whatever you take. I'm in.
Yeah. In a way.
Yeah.
So yeah, in a way you get paid.
Yeah. And it's just strange, though, some people, and I know this is a lot off topic, how a lot of YouTubers, even the ones I watch, they get mad at internet reviewers like JonTron, Nostalgia Critic, and everything. It's just like, why are you mad at them? Is it because they're doing, they have a job that you don't have, or is it because, they're doing something they like? I don't get it. I've always wondered about that.
Some people get mad at, well, it's not so much that, it's just like some of the stuff that they do. I know like The Amazing Atheist kind of got pushed off of, what was it, that guy with the glasses?
Yeah.
Because they just didn't, I don't know, they just didn't like the stuff, from his side of the story, from what I gathered, was they didn't like the stuff he did on YouTube. So they kind of just phased him out of the site. Because they're like, oh, this other stuff. And I'm like, do you even watch any of your own fucking videos, guys? And especially considering that Brad Jones, if you've ever seen his, well, okay, watch some of the stuff he puts up. So what was The Amazing Atheist doing that was so terrible? You guys really didn't like it.
Yeah.
I never got that.
Unless he, like, put the video of him shoving a banana up his ass on the website, I can understand.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Horrible memories.
Yeah.
You're a what?
He shoved a banana up his ass and put it on the internet.
Oh, yeah, yeah. The fucking computer glitched out right when you said that, and I didn't hear it, and I kind of wish I hadn't heard it. I remember all about that.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, he really has no shame about that, which is kind of surprising.
It's just like Happy Cabby.
I mean,
Where have I heard that name?
What did Happy do? He was this big gross. He was like, you know, he was the guy who would defend anyone who was doing something stupid, no matter what it was. And then he made all these videos about, well, this is how you can become a YouTube partner. And I'm like, wow, I followed your steps. Nothing happened. It was actually the way I became curious. Somebody saw this video I made about, like, I was responding to this dude who was being a total fucking racist asshole and did a response to him, and then somebody from a network saw that and recommended me being on their network, so I signed up for them that way. Yeah. So it was funny. He does all these videos of how to be a partner on YouTube, and I'm like, I didn't need to do that. Just somebody randomly said, join our network, and I'm like, this was before, like, this was when networks were starting to become a big thing, and I'm like, hey, fuck it, I'm on the cool crowd now, I guess.
Yeah.
Woo.
I just looked up Happy Cabby, and I wish I didn't. The guy's like, just imagine a neck beard. I wish I didn't. Okay, I'm gonna have to. I don't know. If,
yeah.
I don't know.
90% fucking neck beard, isn't he?
Yeah, just like down to here and everything. It's just, and he makes a video of him naked twerking for that really dumb show on MTV ridiculousness. I'm just like,
God. Oh,
where's the power total?
I really wish I could I wish I could crack open my head and pour Clorox into my brain for seeing that. That fucking was the grossest, nastiest fucking shit that I've ever seen in my life. Oh my god. I got dared to watch that. I've seen fucking videos. I've seen videos that gross me out before. Like, I seen a video of this Asian chick literally eating her own puke, okay? And that was less gross than watching Happy Cabby twerk. Because you can hear his fat. You can hear his fat wiggle around and shit. I'm like, God, dude.
Okay, I'm a little bit fat, but I would never do that. Just like...
You have dignity.
Yeah, I got some dignity. And I don't understand why people do that, though. They're like, I'm going to humiliate myself for the internet to become famous. Why would you do that? Do you have any form of dignity at all? I've known people to do that. I've known people who've done the cinnamon challenge and everything.
Oh. What's this new one, by the way, with like fucking hot sauce and glue?
I don't know.
Let's call kill your brain cells. What the fuck could you do with hot sauce and glue and make it a challenge?
I have no idea, but like it's one of I haven't seen it, and I know a lot of people will come quickly to judge because I've seen like there's like a picture of a guy he's squirting glue and he's squirting hot sauce into his mouth at the same time. I'm clueless to figure out what in the hell is that sort of thing. That to me is just looking at it though. I mean, I understand the value. He's like, how do you know about something if you haven't tried it? But just taking a look at this, it's just making me realize that these types of things, to me, are not entertaining. And there's another thing that I also wanted to point out, too, as well, and I already made a video over about a few days ago it's called the Psycho series playlist that I've seen before from a certain user.
The Psycho Family?
You ever heard of McJuggernuggets?
Yes, I have. I was watching his videos, and I think his videos are fake. I know he goes like, no, my videos aren't fake, and I'm just like, these have to be fake. These are not real. Like, if you're taping this and then you're putting it on YouTube, there's gonna be that one person who has a little bit of self-dignity and calls like child services or whatever, because it's like dad taking an Xbox to a chainsaw to it and like throwing shit out the window.
Yeah.
I'm like, this has to be fake.
It's just more than, and here's the thing, and I made a video over it, and like I'm not gonna come to any speculation or conclusion of whether if it's real or fake. I already said like between that, and I will get to what I meant within that video. But like from the very beginning, the son doesn't do what he's told. He plays video games like on his dad's TV. Dad's flipping the fuck out. Takes his Xbox, throws it into the fucking fireplace. The kid's like freaking out as hell.
What?
Yeah, and his dad comes back in. He takes his Xbox. He walks outside. He throws the Xbox out in the open where the paveway is, breaks the effing thing, and the kid's pissed off. I mean, I think he's like older than 23. He has no job,
Is this like the fucking Angry Grandpa video that I saw of this, or is it something else?
Something else. I mean, Angry Grandpa's a little bit different because with reasonable intent. that
Well,
I think
Angry Grandpa is just fake, I think. I don't know if he's like legit like that all the time.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine it. I'd feel bad for the guy if he was, because holy shit.
But like in the different sense, like, and I know a lot of juggies are gonna judge me for this shit. I kind of don't, because the thing about it is, like, the kid's like the guy's older than like 23. Like he said, he's got like he has no job. That's all he ever does every single day, and that's the thing. And the thing about it is, it doesn't just happen like that. There's a point where his dad even drowns one of the Xboxes he has, and he keeps getting money from his mom for some reason. He doesn't, like I said, he doesn't have a job. There are times where he not only did he chainsaw the Xbox One, he sledgehammered it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and
wow. That's like an astounding amount of self-control. I'm just kidding.
But there's one where a recent one that came out was when his dad raided his live stream because he was talking shit about him on his live stream, and his father could see it like live, and he gets pissed off. So while he's live streaming, he comes in, takes like one of the TVs that he has, he walks outside with it, and he intentionally slams it on the damn paveway again. Now, at first, I'm laughing my ass off because I know it's like I'm laughing my ass off at first, but like I started to think now about all this, because there's a time where even one of the episodes previous to that, kid was so fucking pissed off that he didn't get like a certain type of thing for Christmas. He set the fucking Christmas tree on fire. And yeah,
what the fuck?
Just I don't.
Why would that even be a normal reaction for anyone?
Yeah,
I don't understand people.
And there was one more that I can. Oh yeah, and his father that shreds his video games with the lawnmower. Like he's got his video games all over the part of the yard.
I've seen that one.
And that
yeah, he's got the big he's got the industrial strength lawnmower, and he runs over all of them.
Jesus, and that's what got me into it. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's like, how addicted to video games do you really have to fucking be to get to that point where somebody has to run your game collection over with a fucking lawnmower,
And that's where I've explained on both sides of the point, because I have seen in the comments where both sides are like saying that people are just fucking idiots because, oh, it's fake, oh, it's real. But what's pissing me off about both sides of this, so let's say if it was real. Your son is more than 23 years old, still living with you. I mean, I'm 22, but I have a job and I got financial problems and I'm trying to get into community college. But the guy is more than 23 years old. He has no job. He sits on his ass all the time playing video games. Now I get it. I think it's a privilege to be, considering like you get to the live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing about it is that. Constantly, I can get where both sides of like the son and father are coming from. It's tiring. It's very tiring to have your shit constantly be broke. But there's a part of it, like when you keep asking your mother for money, and you keep getting money from like your parents and stuff, and not earning it yourself. It's kind of telling you something. And get your own apartment or something. Get a job, establish some form of credit.
Guys like Christian and shit live on welfare.
Yeah, and
And
then there's this other side, and if it was fake for the sole purpose of entertainment, like destroying a Christmas tree and having your Xbox One or Xbox 360s constantly destroyed over and over again, this is just like the Smash Doctor over again. It's like people in the world could use these sort of things, but these consoles are being used to this. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not coming to speculation, but if it was for that sole purpose for just entertainment as a fake type of thing, people in the world could be using these Xbox 360s or Xbox Ones or these TVs, but constantly it gets destroyed for people to be entertained. And that's the part that's pissing me off. It's just like the Smash Doctor.
Yeah, it's like
it's just a big waste of fucking time and money. They build these products and shit, and then they just fucking destroy them so somebody can get their, get like 10 seconds of entertainment online. It just seems like a big waste of fucking time.
It's like the Will It Blend. It's like Will It Blend. He just takes like a bunch of shit and puts it inside a blender. Like, oh fuck.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna put a car battery in here and see what happens.
I'm gonna put the skeleton of Saddam Hussein in here, Actually, I think I would watch that. That would actually be great.
Yeah, I would watch that too.
Yeah. But
that'd be great.
There is one episode though, and I find this one to be a little bit more mostly controversial between every single one of those, apart from consoles being destroyed. There's even the Thanksgiving video where he's having a conversation with his father.
Yeah.
Now, at a time, I didn't really believe in God. I'm kind of getting right back into the non-religious stuff where I still keep that viewpoint to myself. But there's an argument going on between him and his father. He's like, it's bullshit. You're trying to force your beliefs on me. When in fact it's Thanksgiving, even though as myself I was an agnostic back then, I would be respectful about what my parents would think because they're loving parents. But they're having a conversation back and forth, and then he's like, fine, I'll start doing the praying. He's like, I'm thankful Walmart does a bang-up job, of the food that's on the table. I'm really grateful for video games. And he even says, I look up to the Master Chief. It was like, God damn. Like, in front of his entire family. But that is nowhere near as bad as what happens. He throws his mother under the bus in front of him. He's like, I'm very grateful that my mom bought me a new Xbox One until my dick of a dad destroyed it. In front of his grandparents, on both sides, and I'm pretty sure his older brother, which his older brother is also involved in all this other shit too, but I also believe he was...
is this real, or...?
That's what I'm still trying to contemplate, but...
Because I remember seeing a video series a while back where this kid was just like raging about everything. He had like some major anger problem, and he would just go fucking absolutely insane. Like his WoW account got canceled, and he fucking got so pissed he shoved like a TV up his ass almost, and he was like,
"Oh my god,
what?"
Yeah, it was called Greatest Rage Ever or something like that. I forget, but it was about like this kid who had these major anger problems, and I thought it was legit for a while until it just got to the point to where there's like you're like there's no way this can be real. There's no my computer's freezing. Okay, there we go. There's no way somebody can be this acute, insane, like 24/7, and still have a functional life and not be in an institution.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. And why film it too? Why film it and put it on the internet? Why don't you give this fucking kid some help?
Yeah.
In one of the I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's I was just looking at his channel, and I think the father and the son are just into this. It's just like, hey, let's just break random shit and put it on YouTube. And this guy somehow has a girlfriend. Something like, oh, this is real. Then why the fuck doesn't the girlfriend do this shit about it? I mean, I've seen some shit. My ex, she stood up for me when my parents got on my ass for some shit, and it is just fucking ridiculous how this person, he's like, oh, I have a stable relationship. How the hell do you bring someone you're with to a family who's so dysfunctional? It's like something's not clicking here.
But and that reminds me, that was the one thing I forgot to mention. Like right after when he says that his dad was a dick for destroying his Xbox in front of his grandparents. I think his uncle he had an uncle there too. I'm not sure. I could be wrong, but his father gets pissed and he tells him, like, if you're not gonna act right in front of this whole family, then you're not a part of it. And that's where shit got real. He's like, I'm not a part of the family, not the way you act. And then he starts flipping the table full of food over in front of his grandparents on both sides. Like he flips both tables over. His father gets
I gotta see this. What's his name?
Mick Juggernaut.
What's his YouTube name? Mick Jugger.
Yeah, and his father gets so pissed off he throws the turkey at him. Wait, what?
He throws a fucking turkey at him. Are you serious?
Yeah, he throws the turkey at him. He always gets so pissed off when he notices his brother's filming, and so
is he this guy with like short blonde hair and glasses? His profile picture, he's got this thing with glasses sitting on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Yep. Even his channel banner just pisses me off somehow. I don't know. Just even by looking at that, it just pisses me off.
Yeah.
It's like my Firefox is loading it kind of slow, but so far it looks kind of like these all look pretty set up. I don't know. Psycho Dad destroys Xbox.
Yeah, that's the very first one.
Yeah, well, that's the one I'm looking at on his page. And he's got the classics and shit.
But like, if
He's
you
got different playlists and shit.
If you go through that entire playlist of the videos, he's got like about 13 or 14 of them.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's just like, is this real or fake? I want to say it's fake, the way they act. It's like, no, I mean, I don't have a good relationship with my father. I mean, my father ran away. He's gotten married to woman after woman, now has a rich wife, and he gets whatever he wants. It's extremely pathetic. But, you know, if a father does that to their kid, even at the age of 20, there's a problem. Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, my stepdad was no saint either, but I had a better relationship with him, and I still do, better than this guy has with his dad. I'm just like, no. No. There's something wrong with this. Like, is this fake? I mean, I want to call it fake because one video I saw, like when he threw like something through the back window of the kid's car, the glass was halfway out of there. It didn't look like it was, you know, placed in there. It just looked like it was like a painted glass over it.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, like his expression was so, like his dad's face was just like ready to snap when he found out that his son like was getting money from his mom. He threw his Xbox 360 like into the back of his son's car. Like,
I'm watching the video now.
Oh, dude.
This looks fake as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is fake. They have the money to afford buying a new Xbox. Not only that, I kick the shit out of this fucking that this is funny to do because he's putting the thing in the fire and the dogs are all running around and stuff. Why is it always that crazy unstable assholes like this are the ones who have a lot of money to afford nice homes and shit? I don't get it.
Yeah.
You know, I work my ass off and I got to sit there and make less money than this worthless fucker.
Yeah,
with
just
an
like
anger problem, who's probably the best thing he ever did in his life. He's probably a construction foreman. He probably doesn't do anything the world fucking needs.
I mean, the only thing that I found entertaining is the fact that, like, he reminds me of two people. That he reminds me of someone that I strongly dislike, but he reminds me of a friend. He always gets screwed over. But the fact of him always getting screwed over was just what made it funny. Because either way, because there's also a part where his dad even acts as his brother's laptop. But at first, like I said, I did find it funny, but then after realizing that whether if it was fake or real, there was something about it that was just pissing me off. Just, like, you know, I know Undertaker Freak already pointed out the thing about the Smash Doctor, but it's the Smash Doctor that got me realizing, too, about that sort of thing. So, but like I said, like, if I was a father...
Girlfriends.
Oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
There's another one linked on there. It says Psycho Girlfriend smashes Xbox.
Oh,
it's a British chick. I think I've seen this one.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, where they're playing like Call of Duty or Halo or some fucking, you know, generic shooter game 1,000,010. Let's see. It gets to like the middle point, then it gets good. If you haven't heard it, I'll put it on my stereo mix. Let's see. All right, hang on. Come on, pause. Let's see. Yeah, I'll put it on the stereo mix because this is fucking hilarious if you haven't seen it. I gotta go to the microphone and...
my phone just vibrates.
I don't feel bad.
Let's use the weapons on this game! Damn it! You know what this is? You know what this is? Yeah! I
That
oh my
was,
god.
That was like what it was like yesterday at work with a kid screaming, only except just like a higher pitch.
Oh god. I love kids, but
if I had to deal with a kid that was screaming like that, I'd have to point that lady in the aisle of the bug killer and stuff, bug spray aisle. You should put some of this in your kid's cool. What? Nothing. I didn't say anything. Shut my window over here.
Yeah.
It's like pretty dark out.
Oh man.
So I was looking through the comments. Someone brought up the Onision thing where he debated a sock puppet.
Yeah, he did. It was about, I think it was he 2013 or 2012 he did that. I can't remember.
The whole rep
Oh, I
sock
froze
thing?
again. It was either 2013. Yeah, it was either 2013 or 2012 or 2013 he did that. But I know that I was out of town when he did that because that was the day after I debated the guy, and I was out here on this southeast coast of the country visiting my fiance before we moved in together and stuff. And the day after I did that debate was when I was out here, and I was doing a tiny chat, just hanging out with people, and people were showing me screenshots of what he was doing, and he basically had a sock puppet on his hand, and he was trying to debate a sock puppet in his live stream, and I'm like, this guy is quite literally mentally challenged. That's the only logic I can surmise here, that he's mentally challenged. And, I've maintained that for a while. I'm like, the guy has some mental issue that I guess either his family just does not want to let him know about or some shit like that, because he just seems fucking retarded. And the crazy thing is, when I was doing that tiny chat, you know how he does the character L from Death Note in videos? We had a person named L come into my tiny chat and start fucking with people. And I banned him pretty quickly. I really wish I wouldn't have done that, because he was doing the same stupid-ass impression of it that he does in his fucking videos. And I'm like, did this moron really just jump from his live stream to my tiny chat to start fucking with people? I should have left him in there. I mean, because I told him... sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I actually like the character L, and when Onision does that, I'm just like, great, I bought a Death Note. I should just, go fuck and just see what happens with him. What's his last name?
After I banned the guy, I had a feeling who it was, so I go, what's really pathetic is if that's exactly who the fuck I thought it was, what's really sad is I'm out on the other side of the country right now visiting my fiance, about to have fun on the 4th of July, and this asshole is sitting in his fucking garage or his bedroom or something, fucking with people who don't give a shit about him on the internet, with a sock puppet and a fucking fake persona, and he's not even spending time with his wife. I mean, that's like the saddest fucking thing ever.
He managed to piss me off in one way. There was where everyone was making video responses, and I know this was after the fact that I knew that this was all a fucking scheme that he was pulling. But you remember K-Web TV, right?
I have a what?
Do you remember K-Web TV?
Yeah.
He was one.
Oh, K-Web. Yeah, he was really young, wasn't he? He was only 15. He was a kid.
Yeah.
What happened to him?
I have no idea. And the thing about it is, I saw yesterday, I saw yesterday from the post that was way back then. He said me and him were the ones that were second, up to I was the second most compared to him that had the most the views, and we had our videos up. So he said it was the high possibilities of me and him getting to debate him. But then all of a sudden he's saying, oh, these other two, he got Kelly Koala, which I do congratulate her, by the way, which I've done that before, but I was so fucking pissed off because I got screwed out of something, because now he mentions that the requirements now was that you had to have
I remember that. You know what really pissed me off about that? Oh,
hold on.
His phone ring.
That's my phone.
Yeah,
hold on. Hello? Hello?
Hi, how you doing?
Yeah.
I'm doing fine.
Hey, how are you?
I'm real good. How are you?
Okay. What's up?
I'm up.
Yeah, hold on a minute. I'll tell you.
Jesus Christ, dude.
I'm standing at your door. Why don't you come down
Sorry
and
about
say
that.
hello?
That's okay. I was totally fucking with your call anyway. You're like,
Sorry,
hello.
family.
It's cool. I was totally messing with your call when you were like, hello, and I'm like,
Hello, how are you?
oh, I'm fine. What I was saying was that when he debated Kelly Koala, it really pissed me off that he was getting so aggressive with her because she was a female, and then he was really passive and really pussified with everybody else. And I really wanted to jump in that call and go, hey, fuck you. Why are you bullying the woman here? You're the one getting accused of being a fucking asshole to women, and you're being an asshole to a woman. Now, it's not like Kelly can't hold her own, and she did really well in that, but I thought it was really telling that he did that. He was like kind of berating her at one point during that, and I'm like, you're not doing that to the other guys. You're being a total pussy to them. So you really do like to pick fights on people you perceive to be weaker than you. Yeah. And he had like no illusions to hide that at all.
In some way, and I'm not trying to like be like I'm not trying to like boost my ego or something like here, but I really had this feeling that Onision was afraid of me doing like a debate with him or something like that. Just for that sole reason why he skipped over me. He even skipped over another person who also was deserving of that sort of thing. She was like right under me with that sort of view that we had for that sort of debate. But of course we had these other people that also came in as well, and it's like I felt fucking cheated for some reason. Like I had the questions that I wanted to ask him. I wasn't gonna ask like these pretentious fanboy questions. Like I had like legitimate concerns. But like, you know, after when I saw that debate you had with him, yeah. I was like, dude, the guy just knocked everything out of the park right there, and I saw how he was running everything in a fucking circle, and
yeah, he was running everything in a fucking circle, and it was pissing me off. You know what the funny thing, too, is he was really arrogant when he came to me about it, too, because what he did is he messaged me like, you got like 15 minutes in here if you want to get into a debate, and I'm like, if I hadn't been checking my Gmail at that particular time, I would not have seen that. Yeah. That's like how arrogant he was about it. And I'm like, all right, you stupid cunt, let's go. You stupid cunt. I don't give a fuck around.
And I knew... I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, it's like he has a problem with anyone who's ever made a commentary on him. I remember around 2012, some commentators, I don't know if they still do commentaries, did some stuff about him. One, I think it was Youngblood Fantasy 91, or Mr. Sir Raven, they did something about him when he was like, people don't like it when I'm funny. It's like, I looked through the comments, and I was at school at the time when I saw this, and I looked through the comments, and all it was just people going, how dare you say something about Onision? And then he started doing debates. I would have loved seeing an Icelandic just chew the hell out of Greg's ass. That would have been funny.
Yeah. The debate I did was just a nightmare because all he did was run the fucking thing in a circle, and I'm like, if that's what you're gonna do, then what the fuck ever, you know? Yeah. After people kind of got mad because then I just start talking to the guy normally, and I'm like, well, what the fuck am I gonna do? You know, I'm trying to get him back on the conversation, and he won't fucking have one. So what do you want me to do? He's such a pussy. He won't fucking. Because the first thing I say is, so why do you think it's funny to make fun of rape? Why do you make a joke about it? And he's like, well, show me a video where I do. And I'm like, you 4,000 fucking videos. I mean, to spool through each and every single one. Fuck you, right off the bat. You know? It was such a fucking pisser of an argument. And I'm like, really? You're going to do that right off the fucking...
as a matter of fact, let me pull this up, too, because, what I remember back then, because he made a fucking recording. He had my picture in that video, and I was about to have a heart attack and shit because I thought that was bad news for me right there because I was going to have a squadron of people coming after me because he had a picture of me. I'm not sure if you could see my name in that petition, but like when he made his video responses to Repsion and shit, you know, what was that?
Nothing. I just chewed the tip of this pen off because I kept chewing it the whole time I've been on. Oops.
Oh. But I never figured that something that I would do would cause something like that to happen. Like especially to Repsion. This is like way before I started calling Repsion out on his stuff. But you know, I can't really say anything bad about Repsion anymore because it's all said and done. But let me pull that up.
Oh, for Repsion, I do not want to see another close-up of his balls.
Oh gosh.
What?
He recently posted a video against feminists who want to ban manspreading, quote unquote, and it's just like a whole entire video of him wearing his boxers, just showing his crotch.
Yeah. Why would you fucking do that? That's so stupid.
I mean, I'm just like, I feel like I need to take another shower, and I just got out of the shower.
Let's see.
Bring a chair in there, just sit in my bathtub, just letting cold water just hit me. Just No more. No more.
Oh yeah. And this was before like me and you got to talking. This is like at 2013 May 8th. As no. As a matter of fact, we got to talking. Like this is when I first met you when Troll Posse was like kind of into that. Let me get a screen cap of this and I'll send it.
Back when the evil Troll Posse was a.
Yeah, back then.
I can't believe
like,
that Repsion and Life in a Tent still thought that was a real thing.
Jesus.
Hold on. What?
Remember that? They thought they were like being like targeted and stuff. I'm like, it's not the thing anymore that exists.
It's like I have more experience than you, so shut the fuck up.
We have a floor show going on that it's country and it's kind of.
Question about that. Can I not go to that and just roam around Disney for like about 2 hours?
No.
Oh.
It's in a separate part. It's in the.
Hello.
In the, part.
Stevie said hi.
Well, hi there.
Hello.
Anyway, what's up?
So if you want to go.
When is it?
Tomorrow night.
Oh, no.
Oh.
I'm not big on fashion shows. You know that.
Well, it's a variety show.
I know. Wait, will there be food? Will there be food?
There will be food.
Let me sit on it.
Well, I have to call back in 30 minutes.
Okay. My grandmother, everybody. Take a bow.
Hi.
Hi there, Grandma.
Yes, Justin, do that. That's funny.
Hi, Grandma.
My grandmother's a pretty old person. So, I guess
that's
my aunt. My grandmother. I guess my aunt's inviting the whole entire family to go some type of like fashion show or whatever at Disney. She works over at Disney. I should bring that up when I make a Vigilant Christian video because I have a family member who works at Disney, and I can just get free passes. Cool. Yeah, I get passes anytime I need to, and I'm thinking about getting them for the next event they're doing. I don't know if I'm going to go to that because I'm not big on like a lot of country stuff.
Oh, you're talking about. I see the screenshot you sent me. The Angela Marisser or Mirlisser or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember her. Here's the thing. That chick was so weird because she used to be so against this guy and so in favor of the stuff like people that you and I like the stuff that we were doing, and then all of a sudden just out of nowhere changed her tune and absolutely fucking hated it. And I'm like, what? Like what? Like it was so out of left field for me. She's like, oh, nothing you guys are doing will accomplish ever. And I'm like, well, I think most of us kind of know that. And now we're just fucking with the guy. But seriously, like, what's with all the contempt? Yeah. You know, I don't get it. She was just like so against it out of nowhere. I remember that.
It was weird, but like, in the
and
same
it's funny
thing
too because her comment is like, well, because her comment is like, what will this accomplish? Just everyone repeating the same argument for their side, you know, and it's like, this won't accomplish anything. A petition won't do shit. And it's just like, it's funny because it actually did accomplish something. He did get into a debate. And I'm like, aha, there you go.
It's like I said, I'm not trying to boost my ego or be like a narcissist or anything, but like the same thing with UTF because, well, I don't know how UTF got his channel back because I'm pretty sure there's another way that he got it back. But like when I started these petitions, you know, with Queenie and the Stupid TV Show for UTF, I decided to make a petition with other people as well, and I never figured that like the idea that I had was gonna go this far, and just it was mind-boggling. But like at the same time, it was like I was ecstatic because wow, I'm finally doing something. I'm putting an effort into, you know, doing something that I feel like I feel that should come to a lot of people's attention, and you know, like, and I'm a person who doesn't really ask for anything. But like I was just shocked at first that like this whole thing it went forward. Like
yeah. I gotta stop chewing this pen.
Hey, I was wondering, where did you get that vapor pen? Because a lot of people have been telling me I need that because I have family come to town all the time now since I moved, and I'm like, I just need one now.
There's actually there's a shop that's literally up the road a little bit from where I live. It's next to a crispy cuff called Mad. That's not this one. I want to get one of the bigger ones. They have one that has such a big tank on the bottom of it. It like literally looks like a lightsaber, and I want it so bad. Like, you know, you push the button and stuff, and it has like a sound chip in it that goes when you fucking hit the vape or whatever. But that's where I got mine. I got this one, and I got Becky one too. They both come the same color, so we both got blue ones.
I didn't know which one's which.
2 of them for about $70. Well, I'm gonna We have to figure that out one day. Because I think I've been using hers for the last couple of days. She doesn't really use them a whole bunch, but like I don't know, maybe I'll put like a piece of like a darker blue tape or something, or maybe like a bright green piece of tape around the bottom, or I have no fucking idea. But no, I got it from Ad Vapes. It's up the road a little bit from where I live, and 2 of these together was $70 with the juice and all the other stuff. And they're not bad, you know. You can get nicotine juice if you want. You can get non-nicotine with just the flavor, you know. And the non-nicotine ones, all it is just a solution that turns into water vapor, basically, and that's what I'm exhaling. Mm-hmm. So it's not like smoking a cigarette where it's all this nasty tar chemical, whatever the hell, you know.
Yeah, I want to get one of those because I do have the tendency of once in a while smoking, and you know, I have a little girl. I don't want to cause some problems with her, so you know.
Well, I wouldn't recommend doing it around a kid anyway. You know, that can't be good either way.
My father smoked a lot when I was growing up, and I was always around it. I mean, he had those cheap cigars and everything, you know, the ones with the plastic tips at the end. And I'm just like,
yeah, those fucking Swisher-looking things.
Yeah, I'm just like, no, that's... Yeah.
Those are gross. I don't know why people smoke those.
Yeah. My dad's a piece of shit, so...
Well...
Yeah. I mean, he's trying to sue my mom right now, trying to get a custody of my brother and sister, and my daughter's going to be under her mother's last name because my dad will try to find a way of getting a hold of her too, because his wife has so many lawyers, and it just really pisses me off. He thinks he can get away with shit. So
it don't matter how many lawyers you have or how much money you have. If the fucking court finds that the other party had an arguable case beyond a reasonable doubt, money ain't gonna do shit. You know.
He's also a convicted
I've been to court so many times. Well, then that doesn't even work in his favor either. I've been in fucking court for stupid things all the time. Usually it was just business-related bullshit. I nearly had to sue somebody this past year because of some insane shit that they were doing to me and my family, and I'm just glad that's all done with. Yeah. You know. That's why I took a couple update videos down, because my lawyer told me, yeah, you don't put those up, and I'm like, oh shit, well you should have told me that beforehand.
I've had some people
it almost fucked me over.
I looked up some stuff up, and my brother and sister don't believe me. Since my father never paid child support, he forgot how to, like, quote unquote forgot. We can actually sue him. I'm thinking, like, wait, I can sue my dad for money. Well, I need it more than he needs money. He's been to prison.
It depends on how old you are when it comes to like child support and stuff. Yeah. Are you over 21?
I'll be 21 in March.
Okay, so unless you do it soon, you may not be able to, because like then the state just fucking collects it and puts it back into taxes and shit. Yeah. I mean, you know, when my daughter and I and my ex-fiance, like my ex-fiance and I, we're separated and stuff, so what happened was, you know, her mother basically got custody of our kid. And it really pisses me off when motherfuckers get up in my face and say, you did this and that, your kid, and all that. I'm like, you don't even know what happened, asshole. And what happened was, you know, my ex-fiance's mother took the custody and fucked both, you know, my ex-fiance and I over. You know, and it took me a long time to realize how badly she did screw us over. Yeah. But the thing of it is, you know, even if, you know, that whole child support thing had come into an issue, it's so hard to sue people over shit like that. And especially if you get child support, you're getting only a percentage of it. Say you have to pay like $1,600 a month, you're only going to get like maybe 160 of that because it's so fucking taxed. I don't understand this. I understand the necessity at the same time that I don't understand it, because it's like, well, shit, if the guy just paid straight up out of pocket, the child would get more money. And so many women abuse child support too. They try to use it for themselves because they don't have to claim what it's for in a lot of states.
Yeah.
Which is really fucked up.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucked up laws. I mean, the whole entire... I remember talking to my grandfather the other day about this. I was in the car and I was watching one of your videos while I was just going to mail off something. And there was this thing, I was watching your video about Hobby Lobby. Turns out my grandfather actually met the guy who opened Hobby Lobby back in like 2003 or something like that. Yeah. I'm like, wow. You met the pretty much the real life Wesker of this world. I'm serious. He looks like Wesker. You ever seen a picture of him?
That's crazy.
Yeah. I'm like, I agree. You met the guy that just fucked over so many people and wants to fuck over more people just because he thinks that he's pulling the oppression card.
I don't even go to Hobby Lobby for shit anyway. I go mainly if I want to get stuff for like building crafts or projects. I go to Michael's. I got a better selection and better prices. That's at least been my experience.
Yeah, that's why I go to Michael's too. I've been going there recently because me and my friends were getting ready for a convention down here. We're getting ready for MegaCon down in Orlando. And oh shit! I just did it again. I keep hitting out my headphones. I'm bad at that. It really hurts too. Ow! I feel like I'm gonna prolapse my ear or something. But we're getting ready for that.
I already did a reaction video to that shit. I don't need to know about that.
Oh, I showed my friends that video. I'm like, hey, watch this, and they just look at me like, we hate you so much. I'm like.
That fucking video is so gross. I mean, the first time I saw it, somebody put it on a link in 4chan about like what's the weirdest thing you've seen online, and then like I think it was actually the person who made it shared it because it had like hardly any views until like that point. So I guess they were promoting it by just sharing it there or whatever. And I watched it, and I'm like, what the fuck? Everything about this is surreal and crazy and gross and what?
Why you do this?
You know?
Yeah, I get the. I know they were trying to make fun of that one psychic lady who died like last year actually. It was actually back in 2013. What was her name? Sylvia Brown or something? You know, that one lady who said like.
Oh fuck that chick!
Yeah. I don't trust psychics. Every time I hear one, they're just always. I guess no.
No.
No. Okay, sorry about that. I don't trust psychics. They're always like, oh, I've seen your dead family member. I'm like, prove it. What do they look like?
No, what they're doing. What a lot of them are doing, you know, is they're using very basic psychology. They're asking very specific questions to get answers, to answer these people what they want to hear, not what they need to hear. And what they need to hear is don't go to a psychic about this shit because they're just a swindler. They don't care.
Yeah, they don't care about anyone. It's like, there was this one person I remember, she's on TLC, and a little rant on TLC, go back to being the learning channel, stop being the, let's put the people with federal crimes on their heads as freaking stars. Gypsy Sisters, the only thing I
learned recently from the learning channel is that life is sad.
Yeah. I remember one show.
Civilization is fucked.
Yeah. There was one show I remember. I think they took it down, Gypsy Sisters, which is a complete complete bitch slap to Romani culture. The mother, who looks like a meth addict, was actually wanted by the FBI for meth, and like TLC just gives them this giant show and everything. It's like, oh, they're actual gypsies. No, they're not. They're pieces of crap. In fact, if a woman runs away in Romani culture, they're not welcome back. And that chick ran away, and she's welcome back like she's, you know, perfect. No, these guys are just a bunch of tanned white people who just want money so they can make more meth or something, trying to be like Heisenberg from Breaking Bad, except disgusting. And you have Honey Boo Boo, which is another really bad show.
Well, I don't know much about gypsy culture. I'm about it. I don't know about it, so
yeah. And you got Honey Boo.
I just hear that there are a bunch of druggies that go from one place to the next and shit. Yeah. I don't know if that's true. Like I said, I don't know shit about it.
Yeah. And then you have like Honey Boo Boo, which was finally taken down off the air, and people are like, bring it back. Then you have that one show, and I can understand if someone's going to get married to two people or something. This guy has a whole entire family of sisters as his wives or something. And I see this show, and I'm just like, this has to be a cult.
As a matter of fact, if you're referring to the sister wives, as a matter of fact, I had a rare encounter with them at the airport when I was going back from my trip to Texas. I saw them come up. I was like, hey, Mom, hey, do you recognize those guys from? And then my mom starts flipping the fuck out because like, oh my gosh. She starts following. I was like, really? Are we gonna start following them now? Because like I'm trying to get up to my plane, and she's trying to get pictures, but like I was trying to just give this as a little present for my my grandmother, who I call Nani, because she's interested in those sister wives so far. So I end up calling my Nani's like, guess who's the first person in our family to encounter the sister wives? And she's like, oh no, you didn't. No, you didn't. but eventually. But like I never thought having a rare encounter and then going back home and reliving some other stuff would happen all in kind of one day. It's just kind of weird because not to get off the topic of like the sister wives, but like didn't I ever tell you about my trip to Texas? Like I said, I always would take.
No.
No, I don't think you did.
Oh, okay. Like, I mean, if you want me to tell, that's fine. Like, if you don't want me to tell, that's fine. But one thing I will say is that on the first day, I really need to watch the alcohol because I nearly died the first day.
Oh, good lord.
How much did you fucking drink?
More importantly, what did you drink?
Yeah.
Well, I had double shots and a few beers. Since I'm also.
Oh, really?
Yep. As a matter of fact, within the hour, I was drinking a few beers, and then I drank about 12 shots. And
Good God.
Yeah, and
Within the first hour.
Like within the first hour, I was drinking beers. Like when we're getting closer to the second hour, I started drinking the shots. But
oh boy,
I was in a effing party out mood. And then all of a sudden, because being that I haven't been home in about like 5 years and such, and looking back at how much shit has changed, I went from a party ass mood, be like, "Oh, dude, I fucking love you guys." I broke down in fucking tears. Like I broke down.
Alcohol will do that.
Yeah, and like I was in the car, like right next to my friend who was driving me back to the house I was staying in, which was down the street from like the house I used to live in. And that mixture of alcohol and sad memories and such it's a bad mixture because when he lets me out of the car, he gives me 2 bottles of water and he's like, I hope you're doing okay. He's like, I tell him like I'll be fine and such. And of course, everyone watching this, it's funny at the same time, but it's extremely sad because I'm like I'm walking all over the street like in the middle of the night, crying at the same time, but I'm laughing my ass off. For some reason, because I don't know why. I'm drunk and I'm completely just out of it. I'm just walking out. And like I don't know.
You guys, I really fucking do. No, we can beat it. That's not you.
That's what it was like, and like I go all the way down to where my old house is. It's like a ghost town. It's like completely dark. There's no one around, and just seeing how much has changed, man. It was hard as shit, but. I go back, and I don't want to really get gross, but like I ended up having to go to the restroom like 4 times. Of course, you would realize going to the restroom 4 times for, ugh. But as it turns out, from what I realized, I nearly could have died of alcohol poisoning that time. But apart from that dark time that I've had, I got to live a lot of things. I got to get one of these biggest regrets that I've ever had in my life off of my back finally. Because a friend of mine who died in a car crash, like a few years ago, like she was only a junior. I was a sophomore by then, and I never got to pay my respects to her, in which I finally did about 4 months ago. And every single turn that I take, like when I got to meet one of my teachers again, one of my friends gave me one of these graduation pins, and I gotta tell you, that hit me fucking hard in the fucking heart. And I don't mean like butthead like hard, but like when he gave me that graduation pin, it's like even though you never got to graduate with us in Texas, even though you graduated out in Arkansas, like when he handed me that, he's like, you're still like you're still like us, like a part of like home. And I fucking broke down legitimately in tears when he gave me that shit. Like I nearly wanted to like fall down, but in a way like smile. Because I have never seen anyone, like in any place, like Texas compared to any other place, like Arkansas and Nevada, treat you like that. Yeah. And it was like, holy shit, that was like fucking open arms right there. But, ever since going back home, I got to be, I had a lot of stuff lifted off me. I'm a whole lot happier. There's just a few things that I need to get off, like I need to rekindle some things with some people, and then I will be fucking happy as shit. I will be like 100% happy. But other than that, I mean, I figured if I get that off of me eventually on in life, that will happen. But then I can focus on my the things that, for example, I wanted to meet Metallica too, so that was something that would make me completely happy. But just like, I never thought, like, for the first time that I would go through memory lane, like, in many different areas. And I didn't even realize that the person that I was looking for, who died in a car, who was killed in a car crash, she was only 15 minutes buried away from where I used to live. And all that time, I thought she was going to be buried, like, hours away. I was like,
yeah.
So for 5 years, I've been thinking that, and she was only 15 minutes away, even though I moved. But that shit was hard.
That's pretty harsh.
Yeah.
And so
I can imagine, dude. I can imagine.
And it's not just that. I mean, it's more than just that person or a whole lot of people. Like, my little brother, was never able to be conceived. I mean, he fucking died in Texas. I also have, like, a family member who, I know, but it doesn't get me to just think about that. And, in Nevada, when you told me about your grandmother passing, and I think my mom's home now, but when you told me about your grandmother passing, I started thinking about all these other people that I've had in my life. And my Uncle Gene, who ended up committing suicide over in South Dakota because, cold weather and that sort of place. I mean, it's depressing. It's not a place to be, but...
No, not really.
But after when I realized that my Uncle Gene committed suicide, and this was last year, it just... Everyone I knew was like... Every time when I talk, yes, Mom? Hold on one second.
Yeah.
I heard that. Yes, Mom?
I have the most professional fucking podcast in the world where it's interrupted by stuff like that. I absolutely love it. But no, I see exactly what he's saying. Yeah. It sounds like he's got a lot to get off his chest about stuff, too. So maybe I'll do, like, a show one time where it's just like, let's just do nothing but 3 hours of heart-to-hearts and feels.
Yeah, like, everyone has some stuff to get off their chest. It's like one of those things as a human being. You have a lot of regrets. I have a lot of regrets.
Oh, yeah, I do, too. I have a fuckload of regrets.
Yeah, my ex. But the first year we met, though, I was kind of an ass to her. I was going through a lot of stuff. I still had a lot of anger issues because I just came back. I just left a military school where I was bullied at. I didn't know how to react to a lot of people, and I hurt her really badly. I still don't know how I can make it up to her. I mean, she's one of the people who supports me in a lot of stuff I do, and it's just like, now with our daughter and everything, it's like, what are we gonna do and everything? And I still don't. One of my biggest fears is ending up like my dad did. My dad does not understand how to be a normal human being. He goes around and just sleeps with a bunch of women, impersonates cops to get prostitutes, and that's a story for another day.
That's fucking fucked up. From talking to you in the couple hours that we've been doing this, you don't seem like the kind of person that would ever do shit like that. So you don't have to worry about it all that much. I mean, you really don't sound like that kind of person at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have time too, because it won't take me long to clean the house up, and then I can get stuff done. I forgot my laundry. Isn't that bag on the couch?
I'm gonna mute him just because that may. If they start yelling, he doesn't need to be embarrassed like that.
Yeah. I mean, my grandparents, the only time they ever yell at me is like when they actually need me, because sometimes it's like really hard to hear them in this room sometimes, because I usually have like I'm playing a game or I'm listening to music or something. I recently got
I got a nervous tick because of that now. So like every time I'm listening to music or something, and like my fiance Becky's in the other room or something, I'll be taking like my headphones off every like 30 seconds and shit. Because even if she doesn't say anything, I keep thinking somebody's calling my name, and she's like, gets annoyed. She's like, "No, I didn't say anything." And I'm like, "Well, I'm sorry." Okay, I can unmute him now. Hang on a second. Let me unmute you, Justin. Or maybe you got to do it from your end.
Try it.
There it goes.
Somebody was talking, so I didn't think you wanted that put out there. Somebody was talking.
Oh, that was my mom, but she's in a good mood. I'm in a good mood, and. Yeah. Like I said, I think we both had fantastic days, but I forgot where I was technically, but where was I? I already mentioned my uncle. I already mentioned my brother. I already mentioned my friend of mine who was killed in the car, who was killed by a drunk driver. But like I said, it's gotten me to think about other people who's lost people in their lives too, and I really think about them more than I think about myself, and that's I mentioned that in my YouTube videos too, is that I like to think people more above and just think of me below that sort of area, because, like I said, when you lost your grandmother, I felt like that was one of the most shitty ways to end off 2015. Like that was just a low blow that life just threw at you.
It was a shit off 2014, but if it had happened the day of 2015, it would have been a shittier way to start the year. It's kind of weird, It's like one or the other. I don't know really how to explain it. It could have been one or the other, but
And I figured this isn't like no way for someone to be living that sort of way, and how can I put this, like to be living that sort of thing and then kicking off the new year, like either way though. But that's where I figured to think about others, just try to be positive with someone in their life, and that's the sort of thing I wanted to do for you, and that's the sort of thing I wanted to do for other people as well, and that's the sort of person that I love being. That's who I am. I love being that way, and that's why I've always considered you a brother figure. A lot like a lot of people that I've considered spiritual siblings, because I have 3 brothers, but I've never had a biological one, a full blood biological one. That's why I always consider spiritual siblings brother or sister. So that's why I usually have that.
Yeah. Well, this has been a pretty good live chat thus far. I mean, this has been one of the longest live ones I think I've done so far. I cut the other one off pretty early last time because I had MDA and shit in here, and I couldn't get him. He was talking, but I could hear him, so it's kind of annoying. And it.
But I'm glad I had a blast here, man. I was glad to talk to you again.
Before I ended, I usually do. What's up?
Oh no, I'm sorry. You cut out. It looks like there was an interruption there. Go ahead first.
I was saying there was only a couple of news stories I even wanted to comment on before I end the live stream here. This one I got from the BBC about this. He was a Saudi Arabian blogger who criticized Islam. And now he's got 10 years in prison, and he's facing 1,000 lashes for insulting Islam. And I'm just you know what? I'm so sick and tired of this stupid fucking bias we have in the world where we just put up with this religion's insanity, Yeah. I'm sorry, there are people that are decent Muslims and all this crap, and they think it's unethical to do this. But for the guy to call, the religion a bunch of doo-doo heads and stuff, basically, and end up in prison for 10 years and have his back ripped to shreds with a whip, you're only empowering motherfuckers who are that crazy to not do anything about it or not say anything about it and be like, well, he really shouldn't have done that. Oh, well, I'm sorry you're such a wuss, but I'll say it for what it is. This is fucking ridiculous. They ought to imprison the people who think it's right to imprison over that in reality. Put the right people in fucking prison. Don't sit there and say you've got to, tiptoe around shit because you're afraid that, somebody will get angry about it. For fuck's sake. We've been living through nearly 14 years of being upset of people getting, not upset, but being afraid of people getting upset about it, for fuck's sake. I'm sorry, I just don't have the energy to make any much more of a commentary on it than that, because it's just so fucking stupid. Oh my god, 1,000 lashes, because I was reading it just now. It's so stupid. He's the guy's name is Badawi or something. He was sentenced last May to 10 years in prison and 1,000 lashes for insulting Islam and disobedience. He was due to receive lashes over 20 weeks and was given the first round on 9th of January. Okay, so why the fuck are we breaking into the prison and shooting these psychotic pieces of shit who think this is right and breaking this guy out? Okay? Why aren't we saying, no, I'm sorry, there's none of this shit you fucking praise is even remotely real? Okay? You're sitting there killing people and torturing this guy over a fable somebody made up, and you think that's right. But we're going to tell you, no, that's fucking wrong, that's stupid. Christianity had its crusades and shit. We were at least dignified enough to leave them back in the Dark Ages.
Yeah.
and bring the world down to the fucking pisser it is now in the modern age. Oh, I can't believe that. You can't even speak your mind in certain places of the world now without some asshole got offended at it. Oh. And I don't like how many people get all upset that, like, this guy on YouTube named Thunderfoot, like, I don't like a lot of the stuff he does, because some of it I think is really kind of stupid. But he did this thing called Draw Muhammad Day, and everybody got all upset and pissed off that he did it. Because he's like, well, you're just being an Islamophobe. And I'm like, no, he's pointing out the same shit you atheists pointed out about Christianity, and now you don't like it. Yeah. I don't get it, you know. They got all mad at him, and I'm like, what are these fucking people doing? They don't believe in God. Why are they defending religion now? Just make up your mind. No, whatever. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say for the news. But anyway, today's been a really good live stream, and I got to thank Atticus and Queenie, who are no longer with us. No, I'm no longer with the live stream. They're not dead.
Hey, if it was like Tron, Sword Art Online, or Dot Hack, they would be.
Oh yeah, they couldn't disconnect. Like, don't disconnect from the call. No. Either that or Sword Art Online. I like that anime. That I've been watching more of that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm getting into it.
I really I want to get zapped into a computer now because of that.
Dude, I'm even playing the PS Vita game, Hollow Fragment. That game is awesome as shit.
I can just imagine. I can just imagine someone creating something like Sword Art Online. Like, put on this helmet, you be sucked in the game. I'm putting a lead thing over my head before going in,
so you can get out.
Anywhere would be better than where I am right now.
Somebody's talking about making an actual MMO for it.
That would be interesting.
Dude.
And I'm like, that basically, you basically made the show the game, which is awesome.
Yeah. I know if Monster Hunter 4 becomes popular in the United States, they will be bringing over the MMO over here, which would be amazing, just to be able to play online with a bunch of people from other countries, mostly England, America, and Japan, because that's the only place you can get Monster Hunter, apparently, and just go around and kill a bunch of dragons and wyverns. Just like... Yeah, I'm just wondering if the new weapons would be...
People have been telling me a lot of good things about that Monster Hunter game. Try that out. I remember Monster Rancher, where I think that was the one where you play the PlayStation or whatever, to a monster based on the info on the disc.
Yeah.
Because there was a game like that, I remember.
Yeah.
Oh, I froze.
Yeah, it's freezing up a little bit.
For a minute.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What I was saying is I remember there was a game called Monster Rancher, I think it was, and you could take discs from your CD collection, like your music CD collection, and put them in your PlayStation, and it would make monsters or something like that based on the info on the disc. It was an old-ass game.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm going to... What's that?
I like Monster Hunter. You know, it's a good game to play. You should check it out. It's actually pretty cool. Well, if you have a 3DS or a Wii U.
Yeah, I've seen... Well, I think there was a couple for the PlayStation 2 that came out a long time ago, weren't there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember those. Hello, cat. I had one of my cats crawl in.
Hello.
Come here.
It just froze again.
And my computer stream freeze. My live stream is now freezing because of Firefox, which I'm closing. My cats are weird too. They'll just come in here sometimes and they'll just stare. Let's see. Where is she? I don't think. There she is.
Yeah.
Hello, Gizmo.
Gizmo.
Hi.
Gizmo the cat.
We named her after the little guy from Gremlins. Yeah.
Oh, that is adorable.
Oh, come here. Come here. Thought I was actually going to bop her on the head or something when I spun the chair around.
I have no pets at all.
Oh, really? Come here. They want food. That's why they're coming over. They want food. The funny thing is, they love Aunt Becky so much, and they love me too because I take good care of them. But they only come up to me in the daytime and they're like, "Hey, food bowl's empty. Fill it, fucker."
One
That's
day,
how a cat's brain fucking functions too. It's just
That's-
weird. Like dogs are kind of like, yeah, I'm a dog 24/7. Cats are like, hey, food now.
they have the mentality of a 14-year-old living in the suburbs.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh no, I see what they got into. Hang on a second.
My
You got
cat's-
into a candy wrapper somehow.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
That's why you were messing around.
Give us candy wrapper.
Thankfully, you didn't get the candy that was fucking in it.
It's just like,
And hopefully I didn't just show the entire internet my ass.
Dude.
But anyway,
Yeah.
I'm going to wrap up the stream for now because for one, I've got to start figuring out what I got to do for dinner and such. And my voice is finally getting tired from talking for nearly 3 hours straight. But it was good having you guys in here, and it was good having Atticus and Queenie in here. If you guys want to promote your channels, go right on ahead.
My channel's not up yet, but give it time though. It's just my name, Rox Driscoll. In a couple months, there should be some new videos coming out. If you like rants, just straight up, just check it out. So
Awesome. And then, Justin, do you even still have a YouTube channel?
Absolutely. I go by Thrash.
All right, awesome. And, well, obviously, if you're watching this, you already know what mine is, so, yeah. But I hope everybody enjoyed the live stream tonight. I'm not putting music on it because I don't want to risk this one getting taken down, and I'll have to figure out how to fucking do licensing for all that kind of shit in the future. What the fuck? Candy wrapper. Anyway, anyway, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and everybody take care. I'm going to end the call now.
Bye.
All right, well...